Potat. It me. Potat. Yeah, I can't wait till they release it. Oh man, we're playing this game in one more sleep. Oh, fine. I guess I'll fucking join. I didn't know if I wanted to.
Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing this.
So I'm gonna be putting this on the YouTube, so I don't want everybody talking all at the same time. But fuck it, who cares?
It's
Like,
starting. Shut
playing
up.
it tomorrow. No, fucking, let's talk over it. Oh wow, we've seen this.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the new YouTube.
Okay. All right, do the intro for me, Josh.
I got you.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, I'm Josh here.
That kind of sounds odd.
Sounds hot.
What is this check mark thing?
Oh, you got the blue check mark? You're verified? Let's go.
I'm in there.
No scope. Oh my god, I can't wait to use this weapon.
Scoop.
Can't wait to use this weapon on Ryder since he thinks he's gonna be better than me in Infinite. He must have had some weird dream in some alternate reality where he thinks he's gonna be better than me. Ha! You're going down, Ryder.
Start recording. It's fine.
Some damage.
I'll do the intro later.
Acquired.
Okay.
I'm testing my new camera hack right now too, so make or break.
Better have my thumbnails ready. I needed 6 of them for tomorrow.
Claim the
That's all I'm
enemy
saying.
flag. Return
Don't care if you don't sleep tonight. I need it.
It's not like I'll be playing the flavor.
Oh, you will be. Watch
Yeah,
you. You'll just see it in your waypoint tomorrow. You'll be fine.
If I don't, then I'm about to be editing hella thumbnails.
So if you're Batman, does that mean Kev is Robin? No, Kevin is Catwoman.
Oh,
Oh,
there's that.
your earliest convenience.
where's Jim?
He's
There.
having technical issues at the moment.
Oh, good thing I went live. Give me all Jim's viewers. No tech issues yet over here. I don't think.
Now, show me what
They went offline.
can do.
Oh,
It's
no.
chalked. It's all a joke. Imagine.
New Halo looks sick. This isn't Halo, bro. It's just Splitgate. What are you talking about? Just without the portals.
Welcome back to the News Play Game video, everybody. It's popping off.
It's custom games only. Oh my god, what the fuck?
What is up? This is Brian.
Since when
also
is
known as
Sketch's
Sketch
hair
from
that
the
long?
community, And we are coming to you live today from
Wait,
343
mine's
Industries
offline.
here
Are
in
you
Redmond,
watching
Washington.
stuff?
And let me just
Yes.
say, it feels great to be back.
Refresh.
I feel like today has been a long time
Sketch, are
coming.
you good?
I'm excited to finally kick this off. I know you all are. So welcome to today's live stream, and we are going to
Yo, is that
dive
your mic,
into
Josh?
this weekend's upcoming
What?
Halo
That he's
Infinite
using?
Tech preview. Now, before we get going, just want to
Yo,
give you
that's
guys
my
a
mic.
little bit of context.
Is
what we're
that
gonna
is
cover
that the
today.
Audio Technica?
We're gonna have a couple guests rotate through. We're gonna dive right into the
The
same exact build that
AT-AT
Halo Insiders will
2020?
get their hands on starting
Might be
tomorrow.
the 2030.
We are live, so all the same known issues that we're aware of in this tech preview that's work in progress.
How am I online?
We're also in this
What do you
build
mean?
today, so who knows what's gonna happen? Hopefully everything goes.
Did everybody get
smoothly,
kicked off
but
Twitch
just
or
ask
something?
everyone to bear with us. Also, I've kind of been in my house in the quarantine for about 2 years, if you can't tell. So
Yeah.
we might be a little bit rusty, but we're
Who's
gonna have
that?
a lot of fun today. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about and show. So to kick things off, want to introduce Sam.
So when is
Hanshaw,
Sketch starting his own
producer
metal
on the live
band?
team.
That's what I want to need.
Sam,
That's what I
what's
need
up,
to know.
Tomorrow.
Thanks. It's good to be here. I'm ready to have some fun and introduce our fans to our first tech preview.
I'm watching it on
Let's
YouTube, so
sort
maybe
of
that's
start
why.
by setting a little bit of context. And I know folks
Watching
are
it on
eager to
Twitch.
see stuff and dive in. We're going to get to that in a few minutes, but just let's kind of start at the highest level. We talk about fighting a lot. We talk
like this
about
guy's
tech
shirt?
previews a lot. Kind of what do we want our viewers and our insiders to know? Like, what do we mean? Like, what is the context for what this really is?
Sure. So I think that calling it a tech preview, that
Yeah, the desync
encapsulates
is
that we're
gross.
testing our technology here. We're looking to
The
get
desync?
players into games.
Yeah, the
We're looking
audio's
to
way
make
out of
sure
sync
that
with
the
the
servers
video on
are
YouTube.
running well,
Oh,
and
no.
that we can support everything with our service
good on Twitch.
infrastructure. Obviously, we also want people to have fun while doing it, and we need to get feedback on
need
the
to,
breadth of hardware that we know is out
The audio
there.
engineer
You know,
needs
we
to
can't
bump his
test
levels a
on
bit, but
every
it's fine.
combination of hardware that people have for their PCs, but we
We
know
need your
that
help
to do that.
And this is safe to say this will be the biggest we'll able to do to date. We're talking hundreds of thousands of Halo insiders have been invited to participate this weekend. And obviously, we've been hard at work testing. We've done smaller scale flights to lead up. Process.
Try to
look
look in the
like? What
background
have we?
for something cool.
What's had to happen to get us to where we are today?
Some cool ammo crates.
Sure, quite a bit. Been some hurdles along the way for sure. We cut the.
Yo, I have that same mouse they have.
2 months ago.
G502.
And that's when we started with a
Let's
lot of the
go.
testing for it and kind
My
of
controller
targeted bug
looks cooler.
fixes towards getting a
Same.
stable product to have out today for tech preview. Now, it's 2 months old. It's still got some bugs. We know
It's
that.
2 months old.
We've got a robust known issues list.
Robust
folks
known
to be
issues list.
prepared
Oh, it's
before
gonna be
they dive in.
great.
And we expect you to hit some new bugs that we haven't seen. And that's part of what we're excited about because we need your help to find these bugs and so we can see how they're reproduced and fix them internally.
Just
But
let
yeah,
me in.
it's
That's
been
all I
about
ask.
2 months
I don't care.
of testing, fixing,
Let me
and play
in.
testing to get to this.
And if I really wanted to roll it back even further, it's safe to say that we've been flighting as kind of a process. Which, by the way, for those that aren't familiar, because not everybody uses the same jargon out there, right? When we talk about flighting, it's really the process of putting out kind of iterative pre-release software to a target audience with some expected goals to go after. We put the build out, it tests, we get the feedback, and we act on that feedback and sort of move on.
Yeah,
to
it
the next
depends.
one.
We
So
never got to see what
it's safe to say we've been
state
doing this for quite some
multiplayer
time
was
at a
in
much
Austin,
smaller
but yeah,
scale.
true.
So this is not the first time we've put the game in the hands of civilians, so to speak.
Worrisome.
So we've been getting feedback all along. I just kind of wanted to bring that point up. It's been heads down. This is our first
I
time.
think if
sharing our
COVID didn't
videos with the
happen, I
world.
don't
We've
think we
had
would
a
have had
small
an
group of,
issue. But
various
who knows?
insider private flights, user research. So all
I
these
don't think the
inputs have
delay
been a
would have
critical
been as
part of
massive.
development, really since the
No.
beginning. Certainly, but now we're opening the floodgates to get all sorts of new perspectives and I think critically fresh eyes, brand new perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. Fresh eyes, fresh hardware, like everything that we could ask for.
yeah, that's what I need to know.
100%
What am I going to be
we're
playing
gonna
this
be
on?
playing this weekend.
Oh no.
So before we move on, I also
Like
just want to
Xbox,
comment on
like, fine.
if your
Grab
Twitter
the
feed's
Series
like
X, let's go.
mine, the invite started rolling out yesterday
rather
at
it be
5
PC.
p.m. to eligible insiders. It's been kind of a whirlwind of emotions, I'm sure, for many people. Sending out hundreds of thousands of emails, it turns out, takes a lot of time. There are
why wasn't he
people,
looking at the
as of
camera,
an hour
Jim?
or two ago, I'm seeing are just now receiving their emails. So I think my message
Jim's
to
like,
everyone is, not everyone was
triggered.
in this particular tech preview and this flight, and we knew that was going to be the case because we need to incrementally grow. We sort of want to walk before we run, right? But I do want to make sure people know that there will be future opportunities, right? This is not the only tech preview that we've planned between now and launch.
That's correct. This is the first and probably the smallest. So as we grow,
First and
over
smallest.
the coming months, as
There
we
you go.
put out new builds with additional features, they're each going to have a larger and larger audience as we head towards launch.
So just really critically, if you want to be a participant in a future tech preview or flight, please head to haloinsider.com. Anyone can opt in at any point. Make sure your profile is completed. We'd love to get more and more people in for future flights, as Sam mentioned. So, Sam, maybe now let's shift gears a
Show
little
us
bit. I think
the
one of the really
preview.
cool
Show
and
us
ambitious
the
aspects of this
preview.
project is kind of the breadth of platforms that we're going to support right now. I mean, not only is our multiplayer experience free to play, but cross play. I mean, we are really truly going to where our players are,
Hello?
regardless of platform.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Hello?
and this
Yeah, my
tech
internet
preview
literally
is no exception.
died.
We're going to be
Yeah,
playing this
I don't
tech
know,
preview
second time
on
today.
all the platforms we intend
Hate to steal all your viewers, but I
ship with
DDoSed you.
launch. So you're going
Sorry.
to be able to play on
Wow.
anything in the Xbox One family,
Wow.
the Series X and
Wow.
Series S, and we're going to
Who's
be
this
going
left guy?
out to as I said
Sam.
before, a
Nobody.
variety of PC hardware,
Sam?
and all of that is
Yeah.
going to be cross-play.
Misplaced Yank.
And the PC, by the way, also on Steam,
Oh.
which we know
No.
a lot of fans were excited about. I think for the purpose of this tech preview,
I don't know
only
this
on
guy.
Steam
His
for
name's
PC,
Sam.
but obviously for launch, that won't be the
Oh,
only
only
means
on
of
Steam.
playing our
Wow.
game. Now, one thing we did want to know, I
For
think,
the
Sam, at a
flights.
high level, safe
Right.
to
This
say
one.
that the experience that we're going to put out in this tech preview, specifically on each of these platforms, when it comes to like
Yeah, they probably didn't
fidelity
want to
and
deal with
performance, safe to say that
Microsoft Store
Microsoft
what's
Store.
in the preview today
bullshit.
is not necessarily indicative of our
quick
targets
question.
when we launch this game.
When
If
did
my
Hair's
base
Sketch's
resolution
hair
Something
get
that
long?
we're
Oh.
working on
No.
week
If
after
my
week.
base resolution is
And as I said
1080p and I
before,
record, will it
this is a
record
build that's
1080p?
about 2 months old.
Or my
So we
output
cut
will
this
always
from
take over
main
on
Your
recording?
output
Output
takes
will
over.
take over.
And a lot of the
Yeah.
performance work that
Because if I
goes in
stream right now,
wasn't appropriate
that's
to
what I
bring
think
over
would
to
kill
this
my stream
branch
is streaming
because
at 1080p.
performance work
Well, my internet literally just
was
went down in
limited.
general.
We wanted to keep this as stable as
And it was
possible.
like, we need to shut
when
this
we launch
down,
it to
mate.
you all. So this build about 2 months behind in terms of performance.
2 months behind,
and
yeah, yeah.
obviously there's more runway to go before we launch later this year.
And I would assume the data we get from this tech preview will be really valuable as we continue to sort of make sure we're supporting the widest breadth of PC configurations, for example. And really the team's goal is to deliver a really solid, performant, good-looking experience catered to every platform that we support.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So speaking of that, I know people are eager to see some
Oh,
stuff.
let me see it.
It's kind of cool, really, if you think about it. Life to date, we've only ever shown Halo Infinite running on PC. And we're going to do that here live today in a little bit. We're going to show some stuff
little
off.
bit.
But this is going to be the first time people can see what the game looks like running on an actual Xbox hardware. So prior to this stream, we were able to put together a little bit of gameplay capture. And I'd like to give folks a glimpse at this is going to be a Halo Infinite multiplayer match recorded, I believe, last week here in the studio. Just to give people a sense of this is the game as it currently stands in this build running on an Xbox One. So I'm going to give a shout out to Joshua here behind the scenes
Josh!
running production for the live stream. Josh, if you want to
Thanks,
cue that
Josh.
up, I think
got you.
people are really eager to see some
Right now.
gameplay. Let's take a look. Let's see how this game's looking
Everyone thank
currently on
Josh.
Xbox One.
Everyone think Josh.
Oh my god. Was this from
Halo
the
5
actual
too.
trailer?
This is a week ago, they said.
Yeah, but this looks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, recorded in the
This is
studio.
captured a week ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Xbox One pre-release.
Ooh.
Yeah, on
So this is what
Xbox.
this is what it looked like on our Xbox
On
Ones.
Xbox One. Yeah.
Doesn't look that bad.
It's not atrocious.
You know? Like, even on stream.
Sam,
The
clearly
D-scope.
we're looking at a little Slayer match here on Bazaar. one of
Man,
our
that's
new
like
maps.
Yo.
There's a lot to
Frick
take
that
in,
bot
I'm sure,
up.
for viewers who are just seeing a lot of stuff for the first time here.
Oh,
It should
baby.
have.
Yeah, I can't.
Dude, that
I can't
commando's
remember
sick.
If we've shown things like the pulse color.
I like
being
this
used
scoreboard in the
the
bottom
blue.
middle.
briefly show
Yeah.
Like a little blue
the
mask.
trailer, and I think this is the first time
Yeah,
we've
they
shown
have, like-
first-person view of someone walking around in Bazaar.
I don't know what to
I think
call
it
it.
has. We're also right now kind of getting
Oh.
a look at the friend and foe
It has, like,
systems that
flow
we've
and
discussed
animation?
in some of our
What?
vlogs in the past. This is
Static.
kind of moving away from forcing players into red
Oh,
and blue.
look at the
We're
red
also
AR.
trying to
Recorded in
maintain
theater
that
mode?
unique armor customization that's become a greater focal
doubt
point
it.
for Halo Infinite.
It kind of looked like it
Yeah,
when he
and I
died.
think this is a pretty good.
No, I think that's
example
just
might be
the
great
the
to
new
get.
kill
of that.
cam.
Those colors
Or
pop
not the
out
kill cam,
on
but
Xbox
the
One
body
hardware.
cam when you
That's
die.
great.
It looks
I
good.
think I
Oh,
just
you're right,
noticed
you're
a
right.
custom
does
skin
look good.
applied to that AR there that we saw briefly.
I don't think you need this respawn bar.
I missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah, no,
I
now
do
if you have a
love the- oh, yeah.
countdown.
I love the AR
Yeah.
skins.
One or the other, I would say,
It's
ooh,
kind of
that
the thing when it
sidekick
comes to when
skin.
you're
That's
starting
like,
weapon.
oh, this
The
animation
one
is
you're gonna
good.
see most often, so
Woo!
Don't
I like
change
to
it.
have
I
that
can't wait to fucking play this.
looking
Man.
sharp.
Now, in terms
Let
of
us
the
in.
development and playtest perspective, I mean,
Let-
obviously we've got
let
teams
me-
focusing on all
Yeah, where's
platforms.
that?
and all
Ooh,
those.
metal,
Safe to say
metals.
that we've got folks
They look
truly getting sweaty
different.
on
I missed
Durango,
it.
on Xbox Series X
Man,
and
who
S,
uses LB for
and
grenades?
low, medium, and high PC specs as well, right?
Halo 5?
So
Was that Halo
obviously,
5?
as I said before, we can't cover every
Yeah, if you use like
PC
a Hell
spec
Jumper,
out
I think.
there, but we try to have a good range within our testing, and we have.
Well, I know
folks
Beatdown
playing
Metal
on
there.
Xbox Ones regularly,
Weird.
myself included. I try and play test on
Jeez,
Xbox
cats.
One as much as possible, because it's a really important thing for us to support, and make sure it's looking good.
I like the chatter between
really-
the Spartans.
It really is awesome.
It's almost
that we're
Spartan
able to kind
chatter.
of
Call of
bring
Duty-esque.
that audience forward with
Whoa,
us,
whoa, whoa,
right?
don't
And
say
we
that on
know
my
there's-
video,
there's
bro.
Obviously, a large
just got
amount
me
of
6
Xbox One
dislikes,
players
appreciate
out
it.
there, especially as frankly, some
He
people
said
are just
COD?
eager to acquire a new console, and with some of the supply chain issues that
No,
have
he
come around
said
during the
Call of
pandemic,
Booty.
Not necessarily easy for everyone. So, you know, thankfully I'm not
This
one of the
carbine looks
engineers. I
like
can't
it's
imagine
more
it's
effective than
necessarily
I
a
thought it
trivial
would be.
undertaking to be able to scale
Yeah,
so
burst
smartly
weapon.
across
Ooh,
different hardware,
spanker.
But I gotta say, shaping up super
Okay.
nice and really.
Yeah,
looking
grenade
forward
hit
to
markers
seeing
are there.
feedback from
Oh,
Xbox
Oh,
players
no.
after
Back.
this weekend.
Oh no.
Absolutely.
Let's start with
So
that.
let's
Get him out of
kinda
here.
Wrap up that clip that we have. Now we're going to
Get
show
'em
a
out.
little more gameplay here in a bit.
Turn him off.
We're going to have Tom French, our multiplayer associate creative director, join us. We have another match. from
Overshields
Xbox
up.
Series X that
This
we're going to
outline
get into.
is kind of
But
massive.
once this wraps up, we're going to.
Are you watching on Twitch or on
build,
YouTube?
And we're going to
Twitch.
look for this real flight build here.
It's
By the
like
way, I
in
heard you're a
desync
real
on
Needler-
YouTube with the
Needler
audio.
fan. Is that true?
That is true. I love the Needler. I find
One of the
I
best
think it's one of
weapons
the most
in
unique
Halo.
weapons we have in Halo, and
absolutely.
I've loved every expression of it. Hasn't always been the most powerful gun in the game, but it's always been interesting to use.
343 took over,
It
man.
feels
They
like
made
it
that shit
shreds
a
in this
power
game, At
weapon.
least in our playthrough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Do
use the
not
Needler
sleep on
then.
the Needler this weekend.
Oh,
I'll just say
no.
that.
Yeah, especially like against bots, like they don't know how to deal with it, so
Yeah,
it's real good against them.
you mentioned bots. We'll talk about that a little bit more, a little bit later in the show
Wait,
today.
how far
when
behind am
Tom
I?
joins us.
I don't
Let me
know.
just
How-
sort of
Tom?
pivot back now to the real
Oh,
build.
you're way
which I'm
behind.
sure
To the real
people are
build.
really eager to see.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
and
No,
I
you're
thought
good.
Maybe we just kind
You're
of
good.
help give our players who are going to be a part of the tech preview, just kind
Oh,
of give them
no,
the lay of the land a little bit.
Y'all are
show 'em
reacting
what
to
they
stuff
can
I'm not
expect
seeing.
and,
Wait,
and what that's going to look like. So,
They
Josh,
talked about the
maybe if you
Needler
wanna
right before
cut
that.
to, we'll go to my feed.
he's got
I
our
reckon,
mouse.
and we can sort of.
That's
take
what
a
I
look
said.
We're going-
And he's
Live
got
feed?
Josh's mic.
at our lobby space, I guess. You know, what do we?
No.
What is the official term for?
Why
this
don't they sound
space
low
that we're
like
gonna feed
Josh?
into?
The
Once
space.
Josh is able to kind
Got
of
it.
hit that switch. There.
Josh.
This is it, right? This is our tech preview build. We're looking at it.
Yo!
Yep, this is the essentially the menu that you're gonna hit as soon as you boot up. So you can see like the multiplayer and academy
Man,
options
we
there.
get to see
This
our
is hot.
Spartans
You
in
hit
third
start,
person.
you
This
get
is hot.
into
This is good.
Our main settings. And
Season
other
progress.
things
Let me
that
in.
we wanna
Yeah,
show
let's
off
take a
and
look.
highlight.
I mean, no, I like settings. No one's ever seen these settings in detail before, so we'll kind of take a look here.
I like
so,
settings.
Oh,
I
I
like
want to make
it.
sure obviously players understand and like first thing you should do if you're going to be in the tech preview this weekend,
Switcher
probably just
control.
kinda get acclimated.
The hell is
tweak
switcher
your settings
control?
to your liking. Just make sure that things are sort of the way you want them, if you will. So, I think I'll just quickly scroll through. I'm not going to speak to every one of
Probably
these. I
like
think we'll be here all
holding
afternoon, but
switches or something.
I
Like
think you're going to
to
find a
hold-
lot of
Or
sort of
switching
what you
grenades
expect
or
to
something?
Xbox
find
invite?
in some regards.
You hear that Xbox invite?
I did,
If
yeah.
I want to do that, I kind of really dial
What are you
in
doing,
my
Step
sensitivity.
Jump?
Oh, look at
I'm pretty casual.
custom
so I kinda feel
sensitivities
just
for
like-
every zoom.
Oh,
Let's
let's
go.
Can
go.
you admit that?
That's
That's
good.
what it needs.
Yeah, I think that I've never
Look,
gotten into all
acceleration.
the
Halo
zoom
5 needed that.
sensitivity settings.
Yeah.
I'm just worried I would
That-
get, I would
Heavy
get
aim
myself
confirmed?
into a
Maintain
state where I
sport,
just never
auto
had to start
clamber,
again. Or who knows,
step
maybe I
jump.
would suddenly
What are
sort
you
of
doing,
evolve to
step
the next
jump?
level.
I was saying.
Now, keyboard and mouse players on PC, and also I believe console now supports mouse and keyboard as well. Excuse me. A couple of things here they might want to look at that's pretty interesting. If we can get down to it, is the fact that triple keybinds. You have a lot of flexibility
Triple
here in how you want to set up your
keybinds.
keys. I want to give a shout out, as all the work
Like,
that happened
yo,
over the last couple of years.
Can
to
we get
update
double
MCC,
keybinds in
bring up
MCC? They're like, yo, how about
fantastic work by the
triple
hub team.
keybinds in Infinite?
Being able to have triple keybinds was super important to the PC community. That was great feedback that we heard.
I'm
And
stuck,
that's
step
a good
jump.
example of just one of taking those
Step
learnings and
jump.
kind of that experience
no.
and bringing it over to the Infinite side.
Yeah, I think we owe a great debt to all the work that MCC and the publishing team has
Reload,
done
vent.
with
drop
diving
weapon.
into
Drop
like,
weapon?
feet first
That's
into
dope.
the PC environment.
Yeah, yeah, he
scroll
stops
back
on
up.
that. He's like, wait, y'all people gonna want to
I'll
see
hover on this
that.
one for a minute because I'm pretty sure I haven't been able to do this before in a game. Have I been able to actually just straight up drop my weapon for a teammate before?
Not that I know of.
You can
It's
drop
Yo,
weapons.
that's sick.
It's been quite fun.
Let's
to use.
go!
Especially when you're playing with,
About
like,
time.
Like, Jim,
players.
I know you
Don't
grabbed
yell
that
at
sniper
that
because you
back.
want it.
Pull them and hand
Drop
it
it.
over to them. They
Put
get
that-
to
Re-
use
redeem
a
them
weapon
channel
that they
points.
might not
Drop it.
normally have gotten.
So, dare we say maybe this is the end of betraying your teammates to take sniper?
For a sniper,
Yeah, now you
yes.
just
This
go.
is the end of that.
Yeah.
This is
No,
the
it's
end of
not
it.
because they're still not gonna
If they
drop
don't-
it.
if they don't drop it, true.
This is something else that we, I think, was mentioned in one of our
Please,
employee
can I
spotlight
have it?
blogs, But
Okay, you ass nice.
marking. This is also
Whoop.
a new.
There you go,
element
Puma.
To Halo games.
Yeah, and
Toggle
and
helmet
the
light.
marking system. So if you're on PC,
The helmet
Toggle
light's back,
helmet
baby.
light. Let's
everyone you
go.
see,
Helmet
and you get
lights are
points
back.
for it. You actually get points.
Equip grapple
You get a
shot?
mark assist
One?
if someone kills someone who you've marked.
Yo,
It stacks with your
hold
normal
multiple
assist
equipment?
points, and I believe there's a medal you can
Confirmed?
earn
There is.
for marking enough people who get killed.
Oh, Puma's gonna get the shit out of that
So
medal.
I'll just kind of scroll through here quickly so we don't totally get inundated in settings.
Vent?
But it just
You
goes
can vent?
on and on and on. So let me go over here.
I
and
need
see
to
as
vent
well.
right now.
Something else I just kind of wanted to point out, which by
2080
by the way, I do not. That is criminal for me to be on a FOV of only 70. But You know, we
Bro.
heard
All the way
this
up.
has always been something Halo fans have wanted. We
RTX
know,
2080
everyone
Ti.
knows, the FOV
Trap
really
me the
does have a
sniper and
dynamic
die.
impact on your experience in terms of not only
What-
just
what
your
is this
vision, but
bird
Display
dog?
monitor?
speed, all those things are greatly
Bird dog.
impacted. So
Bird
pretty
dog.
awesome to me that on day
Dude,
one we already have
resolution
a
scale is
built-in
gonna
frame
be
rate, and this is
so
gonna be available
key
on,
for
I
streamers,
think, on
man.
multiple platforms.
And we
It's not a
actually
PC only
have
feature.
maximum and
yeah.
minimum frame rate caps
I mean,
in the
what's your
game.
preference? I
Yep.
kind of generally
Oh,
like to kick it up here,
beautiful.
maybe in the
Imagine
90 to 100 range.
a
I mean, I
modern
go, what,
PC
all the way up
game.
to
120?
120? Oh, my eyes
I
are
can see
ready.
the whole map.
Oh,
I'll split the difference. We'll go 95 there. But yeah, just kind of
95
go through
right here. He's like,
lots
hey,
of
don't do
different
that, don't do
nuanced
that.
graphical settings to really
limit
allow
frame
people
rate
to
on
That's
loss of
based on,
focus,
you know,
dude.
their own personal
the amount
preferences,
of-
what's most
oh my
important
God, I
to them
love
on
it.
their PC hardware. If
Oh,
I didn't mention that, it's
reflections.
not clear. We are playing on PC here currently. So,
All these are getting turned off.
You know, you will not have
Everything
the
low.
all these options necessarily
Everything.
on every
Motion blur
platform.
off. Turn that.
Flux
turn
quality.
Actually off.
It makes the
Screen
most
shake
sense.
all the
This
way
is pretty
off.
cool too.
I hate screen
Being
shake.
able
Speed
to sort of
line,
opt in or
sick.
opt out of something
Dude,
that we
the
call
amount of-
speed lines. So
this is
when we're
awesome.
sprinting in the game, we have some cool visual effects that help sort of really convey that sense of increased speed. But if I don't like it, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, I think that
The octane
fact
speed
we've got
lines.
so many
What
settings
about bump
on
maps?
so that you can fully immerse yourself.
Where's my
Bumper
Or
bump
if
map?
you're looking for a stripped down experience, if you don't want
Hit
that,
detection volume.
Same thing goes, of course, lots
Dude.
of audio customization
steps?
here.
Where they at?
Wanna
What
make
is
sure
up with
people
all
are
these
aware of, like, things
fucking
like subtitles.
party
You can
invites?
turn
What
those
is
off
this?
and on if you want to. I
They're
did wanna
inviting
call this
two
out
dev
as well. I know you and I were
444
talking
85904
earlier about this, but
to a game.
just a little bit of a public service
Mute
announcement
your
for anyone
noties.
playing this weekend in the tech preview. By default, currently in this build, your mic is just set to full open, full hot. So
Oh god, the,
Oh,
the,
that's
the
that.
bots are gonna hear me.
not. Personally, I was kind of caught by surprise when I was saying a bunch of stuff in the game, and I thought it was private. So I just wanted to pass my learnings on to you, so no one gets
About
kind
to
of
get
caught
Blizzard.
maybe in a
Oh,
embarrassing
yeah,
situation
about to
there.
get
So yeah,
Blizzard.
a lot of
Oh
different options here,
no.
including Spartan Shadow.
Spartan
we'll
Shadow,
hear a
you can
little
turn
bit
that
more
off
of
too.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Footage.
That's
And
cool.
then the last thing I thought would
Dude.
be kind
FPS
of cool
counter
to
in
really
game?
point out. We've talked
Let's
about
go.
this a little bit briefly in
Network
some of our blogs, but
statistics.
we have this
Beautiful.
new
And
you can
system
change
we're
the
calling
color of
Friend
the
Info, right?
outline.
Which, in order to
Nice.
really
That's so
support
cool.
and embrace our goals and our aspirations about
Fire team
leaning more
UI
into
as well.
Salmon.
expression and having a lot
That's
more
cool.
ways
Go
to
into
customize
orange.
You can
your own
actually
Spartan
you can
Spartan
actually see like
journey.
your fire team
It just
colors.
didn't
That's
really
That's
work in
awesome.
the
Like
force
That's
of
what
all
I've
of
always
them.
wanted. Yep.
Default
Right.
red or blue model, right?
Right. And
player
so
marker display, the
by
service tag.
default,
You
we
could probably
have
do the
red
emblem
and
too,
blue
like Halo 2.
outlines, But
That'd be cool.
For accessibility
That is
purposes,
cool.
We know the
Dude, the amount of
These are probably colors that you can.
So we've got
customize
a wide
too.
array of colors that you can choose
What?
for
Oh
both
my gosh.
enemies.
Yeah,
and
you could.
friends.
They
get a
they already
blanket color
confirmed you could
Customize,
customize the colors of the
folks in
enemy.
fire team
No,
would
I
be
already
another
knew that,
unique
but-
color.
Yeah,
But, like,
it is
colors
really
you might
flexible,
see
really
on,
cool. I also personally
what's it
being
called?
able,
What do
like
they
being
call
able to
them?
sort of,
Man.
if I want to go old school
Coatings?
and display a full gamer
Yeah.
tag above someone's head, I could do that. Also helps me sometimes
we-
when I'm personally
We don't
Should
know
get
about
this
that,
at the end of the
Josh.
Your
stream?
friend from Foe.
Man, if they
Um,
don't say
Blo-
this
what?
live at the end of the
You
stream,
know, I should call this out. You'll
Bloom's
see
in the
it
game!
live
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
No,
theater
not that
will
kind
not
of
be included
Bloom,
in the tech
guys.
preview, so we won't
Bloom,
have that
get back!
experience. The theater is coming back though, so
theater's
Theaters-
coming back.
Yeah, let's go.
you know,
They already
AI
confirmed
timelines
that,
are
but
brand
all
new
right.
feature. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but
You
Let's
would know
go.
probably
Stamag
surmise
Gaming,
what that might
youtube.com/.
mean in the context of
Stamag.
the theater.
Slash Trap
And
Scallion
this is pretty
underscore
crazy
O.
too. Weapon
Halo.
offsets, so
Weapon type.
Slash
people want to
jumbo.
be able to move that stuff around. I
Weapon
guess.
offsets.
view model.
Yes,
View
let's
model.
go.
I know
View
people
model
do like to
adjustments.
get,
Yep.
a slightly
Hell yeah.
different gameplay experience based on
Man,
some
I
old
can't
school
see.
games
Turn
that
this
are
Per
a bit
weapon,
more
like that's
centered.
per weapon.
Some
That's
people like
sick.
to just push it way
You like
out,
melee
some
weapon, you
people
can crank
Well,
it
that's-
down if you want your
That's
PR.
That's
to
how
be-
they had it in
that's sick.
MCC before they took it out.
Yeah,
It
I
was
guess,
like
you know, one of the benefit things here is
rifles,
just trying to give
melee.
players as many options as possible
Really?
to
I thought
it was
just
really
overall.
dial in the
No.
experience to suit
No, they
their
had it.
personal
They had it
tastes,
split up.
right?
Like
Subtitles
the
can turn,
rockets
let's
were
go.
different
It
view
is
model
just a set
than
of menus, but
my
I'm really
sniper
looking forward
was and
to
stuff. It was
hearing what
cool.
people think of these settings
Oh,
and the things that they
sick.
can put together to customize it to exactly
Motion
how
blur.
you want
Get it
to
out of here.
want Halo to be like
Exposure.
the biggest chair in your house.
Can we check out this
I
game?
like that.
I mean,
All
I'm
right, so let's
I'm
back out
cool with
settings.
seeing
Something
these
else that we
settings. This is
wanna
kind of
point out
exciting,
to
honestly, dude.
participants
There's
in
a
the tech
lot,
previews to
man.
Keep an eye on this weekend.
Oh, man, I
The
can't wait
news
to make
feed.
all these
Wow,
thumbnails.
this is like
News?
next gen.
Oh, I know know it's gonna be so
seriously.
exciting for you,
The
Josh.
game not even
This
out.
is just good to keep
Oh,
an eye
gotta go
on.
make a
If you're
video.
Playing
Goodbye.
in tech preview, we will probably use this to
I'm waiting for
convey
it.
News on the
obviously,
news?
course of the flight, critical information. If the playlist experience evolves, we'll let people know through here, right? And I think Sam, you wanted to
Oh,
specifically
that's
call
hot.
this one out in particular, right?
Yeah, so we've got
I love that screenshot.
notifications
That is
for
dope.
people on
That's
PC,
hot.
especially if you're using the AMD
Damn, you could
GPU.
download the driver
Make
right
sure you
from
update
there?
to the latest
That's
driver. It
fucking
is
hot.
significant
Alright?
performance increase,
That's dope.
for PC users on AMD GPUs. So please make sure you do that, and make sure you check out the news.
Oh, you
Oh,
have
the
to do that
CUI.
when you download this.
attention announcement.
Awesome.
It's so
Sam,
clean.
I
Look
think
at the
that's
battle
all I got
pass.
for
Show
you
us the battle.
today.
No,
Any
don't show us
final
it. I
parting
need to
words
make a
or
video
thoughts
at that.
Before we
Don't
jump
do it.
over and dig into some customization.
No, I want to see the customization too. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thank you, Sam. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to be joined by Jerry Hook here. We're going to talk about all the things
It
you can do
moved.
to customize your Spartan in the tech preview. Be right back in just a
It's
moment.
up.
It moved a lot.
A new day is
Don't show me this trailer again.
a
Fuck it.
new
I'll watch it again.
generation
I'm
built
already
beyond
fighting
hyped
bots.
already.
I'm in there.
together.
I'm watching people fight bots, but it's fine.
Are you ready?
Hoorah.
Man, the orange Spartan looks hot, bro. That's gonna be me right there. Except
Hoo-ah! Those death sounds, man. I love them.
where's the elite one?
Oh. Show us Master Chief's OnlyFans.
Oh shit, that's hot.
Oh, baby. Big shot.
Big shot.
Yeah! This is my least favorite part. Let me look down at it. Nobody does that. Like, yo, am I stuck on the left? Dead.
Skewer acquired.
Man, he almost takes that ghost out.
Now I'm gonna say that ghost just barely missed.
Claim the enemy flag. Return it to base.
Trying to think.
This is hot.
It's bizarre,
Ordnance
bizarre, recharge, and live fire. So no vehicles are gonna be in this. At least we haven't seen vehicles on those maps. Behemoth and Fragmentation are the only ones that showed vehicles.
the flag is ours.
We get to test capture the flag, don't we?
All ass and
They haven't talked about game modes yet.
Oh, they did.
Unfortunately. Yeah. God.
now, show me what
Oh, man. I feel like I'm 8 years old again.
Dude, I'm like a kid in a candy. I can't get the smile off my damn face, dude.
What
That's.
what
I
what
wish
they
that
showed us
weapon was
originally
in
on
there.
Xbox, I would have been fine not upgrading to a PC. I'm so glad I did though.
Yeah.
I'm about to play in 4K, baby.
And we're back. All right. Thanks, everyone. We are back now. This is our Halo Infinite Tech Preview live stream here at 343 Industries in Redmond, Washington.
Wait, that
My
wasn't
next
live?
guest has just sat down next to me. Please welcome
No,
Jerry
it
Hook.
wasn't.
Jerry, head of design. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Really looking forward to this. It's very
Oh, I
exciting.
can hear
and we're
him.
doing
Let's
it
go.
live. Like
This is
could
live.
not be more nerve-wracking
Hey,
than
what?
doing it live.
Just
Fuck
on
it, we'll
behalf
do
of
it
the guys
live!
Watching. No
We'll
pressure.
do it
no
live.
Look back on this
stress. I
video
mean,
and see
it's
how
just
yellow
between
his
us,
teeth
right?
are.
We're
He's
just
gonna be
playing some
pissed.
Halo, talking about
Oh
Halo.
my god.
So Jerry, I think
I knew
you're going to
somebody's
join us
gonna
today. We're going to talk a little bit about
lay into
sort
this
of
guy.
the player progression,
Doing it
customization
live.
side of the game, things that kind of fall under our live team umbrella. Kind of from your perspective through that lens, what are you and the team looking for? What are your kind of high level goals? What does this tech preview mean to you?
Yeah, well, first,
27,000
let's
people
really
watching this
talk
on Twitch.
about what a live
Halo.
game means to
Bring
us.
Halo
Like, we
back.
have so much coming into Halo that we've
27K.
never had before. We're on
go.
more
27K?
platforms. We're
That's
on
nuts.
PC.
Just on Twitch.
We're free to play for the first time. So that means a lot, and that has a lot of changes that go into the fundamentals. And part of what I do as head of design is help ensure that everyone has their best work.
Oh, we
show
about
up
to
in
hear the
game.
cosmetics.
And the base
About to hear
fundamentals
it?
we use, we have some pillars
Oh,
that we're using.
I'm hearing
to
all these
help make
cosmetics.
Sure that
I can hear
our
it.
players get the best experience.
How do I
possible.
mute
So
you?
good, I can hear it.
First one.
Make sure you put your
listen to
glasses
the
on so you can
player
hear it.
first. And you see that primarily represented in some of our attributes, specifically that, hey, look, the time and the money that you are
hate it.
investing in our title are extremely important. They're job one for us. That's why you see us move the battle pass to allowing us to have that battle pass be switched, and then players aren't feeling the 100% FOMO to, I got to get it now, right? That's a player first model. The other player first model that we're looking for is that our experiences, we want to delight, and we want to have those experiences, grow as we move forward. The delight's pretty key there because we don't want to fall into some of the traps that you see with other free-to-play games where they just add chores or they just add things that aren't really delighting the player, but the player has to get through. And so these mentalities change fundamentally what we're doing from a Halo perspective Next big pillar is we want to listen, we want to learn, and we want to experiment with all of you as players. And this is critical. Like Sketch, you're such a critical piece of this, of listening to the community, and it's everyone out there right now is screaming about assassinations and screaming about sprint and everything else, that all the various community
saying
members,
keywords.
they want to have a voice in the hobby that they love. And we're hoping to bring that to you, and working with you and your team, Sketch and Uni, and as well as when you look at Tashin, you look at our esports communities, all of them have voices that we want to make sure that we can hear and bring into our experiences. The next pillar off of that is the story doesn't end with Master Chief. The story is actually your story as well, and our story is going to grow even in the multiplayer side.
Halo
This is
Reach,
pretty
me
critical
too.
when you take a look at what Tom French and the team have done with Academy and
Level
all the
6?
other stories that they're bringing to
Spartan up.
play. That's your story in our universe, and we want to
God.
make sure that you have a story that continues with you. And then
I
lastly,
mean, that was
just for the
like the
team,
last
you see so many
multiplayer story
stories
kind of
of
thing.
Game development teams being burned
Facts.
out and burned to a crisp, and we want to make sure that our core pillar of we want to be able to build a sustainable and predictable a game for all of you, and that's really, really critical, because if the team isn't there and the team isn't supporting all of the experiences we want to bring to you, then you won't have those experiences. And so we have to do it in a very predictable fashion. The other thing, from a player first perspective, our players should be able to trust us, that when we say, hey, we're going to go after, I've seen like the lists on Reddit and whatnot, right? And those lists are huge, right? And we obviously can't solve all of them on
You
day
gotta stay
one.
away from Reddit.
In
That's
our
not a good
launch,
choice.
Yeah.
We're going to launch.
Listening
and we
to the
know that
community,
we're
gotta
we
stay away
probably
from
made
there.
some mistakes that you're not going to like from all of you.
And
we're gonna
Twitter.
need to correct some
And
of those. And some of
the
those are
internet
like, hey,
in
we gotta
general.
make it bigger. We
Just
wanna
turn it
go-
off.
go after
Turn it
it.
off.
Go
Get
Bungie
out.
now. Just
That's
don't
pretty
listen to anyone.
critical.
God.
And so in this tech preview, which isn't a beta, is we're testing the technical side of it. And so you purchase everything. If you're
Well,
in the
Jason, I
technical-
talked about it in a
technical
video
preview,
before.
just go purchase everything.
Joe
You can
Staten
test
mentioned it, that
all
the
of our
story
services
doesn't
and
end
connecting
in
with
campaign. That
our
your
commerce
multiplayer
engines
character
and
has
our
some sort of
commerce
story,
services.
but they're
And,
probably not going to talk too much
Joaquin
about
and
it.
Our service team are just, man, they're on point. They're amazing, and we just need to make sure that all the technology works. But we will have some customization.
Yeah.
And
Let's go.
it's definitely not a full
He's
customization
like, yeah,
at
I
all.
wanna get
what'll
into the
be
game.
in the launch product. But that customization is going to help at least help us
Yo,
understand what's
why does
important to
Sketch
you
have a
for
new
the small
Xbox
subset
controller
that we
and this
play.
Jerry guy only
Well,
has
I
an
think we
old
should take
ass
a
one?
look at some of that. Speaking about my
You can tell
custom
just from the
controller,
bumpers.
Xbox One.
I did want to just clarify
So
one
what?
point. You're talking about spend as much as you can,
And
buy everything.
yeah.
Sketch is
Just
probably
to
playing on a
clarify,
Series
everyone
X.
invited to
So
this
what?
tech pre will be
Series X
granted,
controller works
a
with the
bunch
old
of
ones.
credits. So we're not asking anyone to spend
Get this
your
man a
own
new
money.
controller is
yeah,
what I'm
no,
trying
not
to
at all.
say.
We won't even take your money. There's no way to do that.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to give you.
How's
our
that thing
money
They won't
not
take
have
our
stick
money.
and
drift?
just go
Man.
have fun.
Yeah,
So
and prices
Thanks.
aren't none of that is final.
Take my money,
We're
it's
just trying to
okay.
get,
Nicely,
Take it.
some
nice.
semblance of differences, so you as players would know what's
Yep.
better value.
New
what's-
helmet,
what's
3
lower value.
billion.
Well,
credits.
let's go back
Oh.
into the build here, Josh. I guess we'll go to my screen.
Don't
if
worry,
you guys.
Josh.
I'm going to go into the customized
See
menu.
the
Oh,
Mongoose.
Mongoose!
I won there last
Gary, I
week.
thought we might just kind of run through a few of these things,
Marines.
and then
So good.
we'll kind of just navigate through the world
Weapons
of
bench,
customization
vehicle bay.
as it exists in this build, which, as you already noted, is just a subset of what we
visor.
can expect to find in the shipping game. So
Nut.
I think we'll just go down the list here. People
Yeah.
are probably very eager, I assume. They've never seen this, by the way. I do like this idle animation.
first
You let
time
it
we've
sit and
seen
just
the-
kind of cycles through some really cool
The
sort of
sidekick in
3D
this
assets.
this
Yeah.
little
Which
Yeah,
is
but
that's
it's
nice.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
the cool
like
thing
a
is
render of
little
it.
Oh, is that the
customization.
tank?
You already know we're doing a
No.
lot more.
That
That's a
turret
war.
on it
That's a
looks
warthog,
sick.
idiot.
Look at those
and
lights.
You notice some of the
All right, cool.
Those lights
customizations
look sick.
going on with bots, and in your own hands with
I
No,
already seen
show
this
me
one.
more.
with your
already seen it.
AR. That's all in the game.
That visor
You
Oh,
see these
so good.
lighting effects
for people
on the
to play
armor?
with.
All
Just
right, well, let's
bouncing
start
all
by
over the
going
place.
in the armor hall. And
Oh.
I'm just gonna kind of
Casey, you should watch today's video.
We'll kind of bounce around like you and I discussed. So armor
So you-
hall,
but
pretty
yes,
self-explanatory.
in short,
This is where
yes.
I'm going to customize my Spartan's armor, right? So
Yeah.
right away, here we go. Now for this
Rare
tech
armor
preview,
core?
because it's a subset, I'm going to have one armor core, and that's going to be my Mark 7 armor core. And
Mark
you know,
7,
Jerry, you and I have discussed this a little bit. Just there's been a lot of questions, I think, in the community since we first started talking about armor cores, right? And we
Yeah, what are they?
demonstrated this and sort of started
Yeah.
off in our old overview video and some prior blogs. So how would you sort of best describe, like, what is an armor core and sort of how should we think about that?
Yeah, so this is one of our new systems. So Christopher Blum and Jeremy have done a really great job here creating a system.
But did you watch the whole
One
thing?
of the
Because
things
yeah,
we
I
stepped
explained
back
that
in
you could
design,
still be
wanted to
accepted today
rethink
and even
how do we help
tomorrow.
make sure that our players are really represented as characters. And when you take a look
So you got
at
time.
Spartan armor, it's like strapping on an F-22, or maybe you want a set of armor that is like an M1 Abrams tank, right? Each one of those vehicles is unique and has a
M1
unique
Abrams,
character.
that's the CE armor.
The other great thing
what
about
they-
that,
they themed it
the
around.
thing we're trying
I
to
believe.
build is we're trying to make sure that the character of that armor really comes through.
Thanks for subbing. Appreciate
There's
you.
really no better way to show this than.
Thank you for
hey,
doing this.
Josh, you have one of the pictures, one of the concept pictures. Yeah.
Oh,
Look
So,
at
Yo,
all
look
on
at
the end of
these.
that amazing
Oh.
multiplayer trailer, the samurai armor. When we talk about strapping on
cool.
a piece of armor as a unique
We
character,
can all be different.
I think our
it's gonna
Dude,
be
look
focus
at that
is
Dragon
on
Ball
not
Z
only
looking-
call these fractures
literally
because
looks like
Look
it.
at the bottom
they're not
middle,
part of
dude.
the
That
main
samurai
canon, they're
sword.
part of
Oh,
Yeah.
basically
The
side
straight katana, the
universes,
full
that
length
you
one.
can- that you can look
On
at.
the
Assassination.
You can look at how we're trying to
Look
develop
at the shoulder pads next to that, but that
done
is
an
like
amazing
Saiyan
job
armor right there.
Yeah, it literally-
trying to
Literally.
represent the breadth
Vegeta,
of
that
what
you,
we
bro?
want to look
That's
at,
awesome.
maintaining the character throughout the entire armor
Wonder
set,
where they got
and
that
more
inspiration.
importantly, allowing that
Right.
customization and you
Vegeta or
as a
like- or
player
Super
saying,
Dragon
hey,
Ball or
look,
like
when I
Gundam.
strap on
Dude, those
that
those
armor,
those
that
boots are
samurai,
fucking sick.
Armor tank. I want to make sure that
Looks like I
can
could just
make
kick
mine.
somebody and
this
impale
is the
them.
breadth in which we can really express. But stay.
Can you imagine
within
being
the
a Spartan and
character.
running
Don't
around
want
with this armor
everyone
on,
to
though?
feel like they're
Right.
just
It'd be
all
so
one
heavy,
part of a
just
single,
clink, clink, clink,
Clink,
a
clack,
single
clink,
steel,
clack.
basically.
Like, like
And
an
so
old
then you
medieval
can look
knight
at
armor.
What the
I mean,
artists
they already
have
weigh-
been
weigh
able
like a
to
ton.
Think about, and you take a
Yeah.
look at the attachments that you're
True.
seeing there. You're seeing
True.
swords.
True.
You're
So is this
seeing
concept art
you
or
know,
these like
bandoliers,
potential
you're seeing
accessories?
grenades, you're
we put on?
seeing
I think
different
these
hit
are
pieces,
accessories.
You're seeing
They said that there
daggers,
was gonna be
you're seeing
interchangeable stuff we
darts,
could
you're
earn.
seeing
Well, this is
whole
concept
different
art, they said,
expression
so I
of
just wanna
what
know.
a samurai
I don't know if
could
this is
look at-
confirmed.
could
Is
look
it?
like.
It's in there,
And
100%.
that's pretty critical for us to help, at
100%
least in this
confirmed.
first impression and our first moment,
Big
to follow
thumbnail.
everyone at launch. Because remember, at a live game perspective,
Puma said,
guys are
"Oh,
when
it's
like
everywhere, the
feedback
ceiling, the
works,
walls."
it doesn't work, so we wanna see more.
Yeah.
And that's
The
what
neighbor's
brings
cat.
the,
Oh no.
This is
go
awesome,
back,
by the
Josh.
way. I'm super excited by the your Royce
The
set
armor,
in
like,
particular, which by the way, we've
Belts
also
on the
confirmed
chest,
will
dude. It
be,
looks sick.
Dude, look at
one of
the
first
reflection
pieces
on
of
that
content
ammo
that players
counter
can
right there.
earn in season one by just
Oh.
completing a free event, which is
Yeah,
very cool.
absolutely.
Let me in.
Rocket
That
hog.
type
Let me
of
in.
completion where
Okay.
just playing the game and earning
Yeah.
things is still
All the
a
different
part
events
of
will give
not
you
only
different
Oh, you can
Crazy.
turn it. Let's go.
a free-to-play game. We want to
That's
make
sick.
sure that we provide multiple.
you see
We have a
your
gunsmith.
Down too.
But you have
Like,
different ways, and we'll
that
show
look good.
Let me get one of them.
for
Yeah.
different ways in which you can
Seven
I'll take
Marines
that.
in the
Yeah, right
background
now
goes
I'm just
beep,
kind of
boop, boop,
cycling
boop,
through the
boop,
weapon
boop, boop.
bench just to give,
Yeah.
give our viewers.
Look at
a
those
sense of what
arms. They
that
look like they're
looks
like clipping
So,
through each
you know,
other.
if
Like
I
there's a
were to
couple
equip,
Marines there in the back,
weapon
right?
coatings, I could check them out here.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of
There's a
scrolling
couple
through
of them,
to
but
get
they're-
He's
they
got
like
he's got
double
multiple
So,
arms.
some of the
Tech
weapons
preview.
that they
Hydra.
in the game currently that
Hell
they
Hydra.
check out. So I
Yeah,
really
and
love this feature.
This is so sweet because every time you pick up a
That'd
weapon,
be our-
right,
Oh.
you take it off the weapon pad.
Look at it.
It is your
Spin it
weapon,
Probably.
and it'll be skinned the way you want.
I
it
would
to.
be-
It'll
Maybe
look
even
the way
an
you want it
MCC
to.
we might get
It is-
something.
It is just a sweet feeling.
But then reach where you
Let's
change
quickly
parts
jump
of the
into
base and
vehicle
add
bay.
onto it. I
one
dig it.
quick
Yeah.
caveat here is none
Oh,
of the
yes.
experiences in this tech preview build will
They
let
explained
you,
the weapon core, but I really
drive
didn't hear
vehicles this
exactly
time
what it
around,
was.
But
I'll
of
have to go
course,
back and listen
vehicles
to
are
it.
an integral part
Yeah,
of our
go back.
sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with the return of Big Team Battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse here.
Yeah,
some
your
of the
progress will not
updated models. Some of these
epic
things we're seeing for
vehicle
the first
core.
time, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
and
The
again,
Wasp
for
is
the,
back.
What we're
That's
showing
what
here
Made
from
by,
a
uh,
customization
trailer.
perspective, you
It's
make
made by
this you.
Mizraya?
So you
Oh,
get
Razor
I didn't know they
Back
make-
literally
when I
looks
drive
like
my
Tesla truck.
Warthog or when I get on
Do.
my Razorback
The Cybertruck.
on the game, I'm the driver. I get into it
Gungoose?
first. It's going to look the way that I
Backwards
want it to look.
city.
Show us some
So
coatings.
as you continue to play and you're in the community, you're going to have different
Epic
looks
vehicle
from
core.
players.
So is it
and
just, like,
everyone
different
will know,
variants?
Like,
Yeah,
Let's see
maybe
this
different
right, what it
different
is.
models.
All right, then I'm going to
That'd
jump
be
down
sick.
one more
Yo,
real quick
CE
here in the
model.
body and
Boom.
AI. This
Body
one,
type.
you know,
Oh.
we obviously have a couple
Thick
different
boy.
body types they
Thick.
can
Give me
choose
thick.
from. really love actually
He will be
the
me.
depth that we've been able to go to now for prosthetics, right? Just
Yeah.
an additional layer of customization and frankly inclusivity
Give
as
me-
well.
Yeah, sure.
Give me
I
that.
mean, the biggest thing is just
Oh.
about, from a philosophy
Fuck it,
perspective.
just turn
for-
it to
for player
T100.
first is we want everyone to be able to represent themselves.
Honestly, just go up.
Just go all out.
My
Go all in.
sisters actually does build prosthetics for a living.
Robot head?
And this is very important. Is it's a part of your identity. It's also, quite frankly, some
Looks
of it's
so
really
good,
cool.
man.
and
These
again, we're
arms
only
look
showing a
like
very
cooler than
small
the base
subset,
arms.
so don't
Like,
get
I might
lost in
rock
that.
these.
But the sheer
But
fact
damn
that
Terminator.
you can do your entire body the way you want to from a prosthetic perspective.
Even just
and
the
really
hands.
make this
Screw the
your
gloves. Just
identity
give me
is
those
really,
hands.
Really
They look so
critical
good.
for us.
So personal AI is another new addition to the game. We
Ooh.
introduced this. People heard.
See you later,
some personal
Casey.
AI in the MP trailer, for
Holographic
example. I know
shape.
there's a lot of people out there that became instant fans of Lumu, for example.
Let's go,
Hey.
Pyramid.
You know, we'll talk more
Yo.
about this probably with Tom French in a bit, and we'll see it in action in some of our additional footage. But
Like how you just hold
you know,
it out there.
it's just
It's
a
so
subset,
cool.
right? So
Yeah.
there's
And it's also
You think the
just
chip would be
beginning.
like in the hand
This is
to like reflect
this
it
is
out?
the biggest thing.
Like,
We
he
have
just
so many things
palming
in
it.
which
That's
you
coming from
can
the
really
visor, bro.
express yourself.
How?
You know, the
Astral
way you
projection,
want to,
okay.
and even your
Butler.
AI sidekick,
Butler.
it's yours to express. Like it's yours to make yours. And I think the cool thing is that when
They're
you
so
see
cute.
when you see Tom
Yeah.
talk about it, and you see
Butler.
the modes you're going to use,
Objective
it in,
Butler.
it really becomes a part of the personality that you bring to the field.
yeah, and you know each AI here.
They
for
showed a little
example,
bit.
has their
of
own
gameplay.
unique voice, their own unique personality. It's really fun, and then
They'll
you
get
go
back
one
to
step
it.
further if you want.
Oh.
to, and
Colors.
you know, a subset
Let's
of
go.
colors as well. So personal AIs are one of my favorite additions. to
I
the
hate
game
it. You can
currently,
choose
and
your
think
color.
it's
I want
better to experience
coatings.
More of that. And then
Wow.
you know we have one more grayed
Shut
out
the-
area here, and this is where I'd be able to do stuff like my service tag and emblem, and you know I
You
think
can't do
you've
that right
alluded
now?
to. There's more coming than what's in this build, so we want
Announcer voice.
Now I think let's quickly.
We won't get to
I wanna
see our
keep things
emblems
It
or
moving
said
here.
announcer
We're
voice. I
gonna
thought they
get a lot
said
to
that
get
you
through.
weren't gonna be able to
How about
customize the
we- you wanna jump
announcer.
over to the battle pass?
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we'll switch. Josh, why don't we jump over to Jerry? He'll drive us through, and let's just
Jerry.
talk a little bit about what we're designating the Season 0 Battle Pass, and sort of what that's going to be for players in this technical preview.
Yeah,
For
so
those
when we
prosthetics,
take a
man.
look at ourselves learning as a team, the reason why we want to do Season 0 is, like the rest of our live experience, our team needs to build the muscle of listening to the players, of providing fixes, really going through, even veteran people who've worked on games, game developers. When they go through a service, every game is different, every team is different.
Attention, PC insiders.
And it takes a lot of muscle building to really get into the rhythm for your teams to be able to add to the game. And so what we hope to hear from on the technical preview side is, again, what's working for you, what's not working for you, what don't you like. Remember, the build
Someone's
is
trying to
old,
add
so
2 dev
don't treat it as if it's
878
final at all.
447 111.
So as we go into these details,
Invite him to the flight. I'm in there.
just remember, just send us your feedback. Give us the details that you want to see or improve on.
Research paper inbound.
And we won't, again,
nade hit markers.
because we're a
Gone.
few
Get 'em
months
out.
from launch,
Get
we
'em
won't
out.
necessarily be able to
We
fix
do
everything
not
for
need 'em.
launch, but
Unless that's just
we'll start
social,
adding
then
lists
maybe.
together.
But ranked
First thing
should
I want to talk
definitely
about from a battle pass perspective is our challenges. Our challenge system.
I'd rather be consistent just
is
across
the
everything,
cornerstone.
man.
It is the underlying
baby.
thing in which we go. Now everyone's familiar with these. We've done
Stone
a little
green.
bit different. This is where you start seeing
Weekly
the first
platinum.
rewards that you get
I love
outside of the
this.
pass. So we know, right? Games are a bit different today than they were back in the day. In fact, back in the day, most people only
Cortana
had
says,
2 to
"I don't
3
like
games
how
a
I
year
look in
that they
Halo
even looked
Infinite."
at.
Well, we
Today,
haven't seen
most of your
Cortana,
Steam
so-
libraries are much larger than that. And that means players are going from Sea of Thieves,
Oh, no,
or
a
they're jumping
battle
over to Age
pass.
of Empires, and then they're coming into Halo as well. And we want to make sure that when you sit down, you don't have to absorb an entire battle pass to say, what are my rewards? You can literally just come in, what are the challenges? I'm going to go play my games with my friends, and I'm going to get rewarded for it. That's pretty critical for
pretty
us
cool.
from a player first perspective.
That is pretty cool.
And then, of course, you're going to get people like me. I'm going to sometimes get sniper challenges. Now, I'm not Clutch in any way, shape, or form, or Mikwin or any other pro team.
Wow. Washed.
I will skip that challenge. So I'll definitely probably
Here we
swap
go.
that for sure.
Swapping from
and
Apex.
I'll want to make
Let's
sure
go.
that
Yeah,
The
Movie
Castle
swapping
Crasher,
was in there.
I'm not good at it at all.
That's what
So,
those
let's look at the
Butterfingers
battle
pass.
things
Butterfingers,
came.
right?
Yep.
So we're gonna buy this.
Imagine
You
watching
get
my
2
videos.
free
Yeah,
ones.
well,
So
grant
you
you-
probably use
Buy
credits
it.
Just
to,
like a
They
really
buy
kind
it.
of preview
All right, so
participant.
this
Let's go.
Giving you
I'm
some
buying
money,
it.
Jerry.
All
and
right.
you get 3K.
Good. I get
Yep.
paid today. Sweet.
I get paid today.
All right.
20 Mark
Sweet.
7. Wait, what?
Got the pass.
What is this?
We're ready to go.
117.
So
That is
as
the battle
you
pass
see-
itself.
Oh, I bought it, so now you can't
Yeah.
see the free labels. Shoot.
Oh,
well.
yeah. Well, you're right. What we're not seeing is a smattering of objects in this pass are free, right? So
Correct.
even if someone doesn't want to opt into the optional pass in the real game, there will still be a free
Awesome.
track and things to earn along
Yeah,
the way.
the main
XP,
thing to think of from
double
a model that we
XP.
have is every tier there's a free item and a premium item, and that means
So it's a
that
chip?
every single player
They put it
instead
at
of
double
having,
XP on a
you know,
AI
most
chip.
systems you have large
So you use that every
swaths
time you go to a
of
game?
the tiers that
That's
aren't
kinda smart.
earned unless you're premium.
If that's
For
what they're
us,
doing.
we want you to earn every step of the way.
Oh,
And for the preview, we're only having 30 level or 20 levels. Sorry, 20 levels in the
Whoa.
preview to be able to go after.
It looks
And
like
that's
a
a
recon.
thick recon.
Obviously, at launch, we'll have much
It's Mark
larger. We're
7.
not going to talk about that too much,
but it has like
the
different
great thing
padding
you're
on
seeing
it,
here
like
is you're
different
seeing
structures
customization
on.
all along the way.
But it looks like recon.
Do you want to go to yours?
Rare
Yeah,
helmet,
we can.
Mark
Yeah,
7.
why,
See, that's
Josh,
so
you wanna
confusing.
jump
Why
back
is it?
over to mine
This is
'cause,
aviator, but
I
it's the
had
base
some
of Mark 7.
development
Weird.
Right,
sheets
the
and
armor
builds,
core is
so I've
Mark
got
7. They
everything
already said this
unlocked.
chip.
Actually,
So you
Josh,
have to
switch
use
back
that
over
armor
to
core to use that helmet.
Probably not.
my feed
Or
there.
maybe
There we
that's how
go.
they're
So,
gonna do different.
Now that we have that context, Jerry, of
Yeah.
kind of sort of where this content's going to come from, I'm back in the armor hall. I've just kind of drilled now into this. This is what happens if I click in on my core, right? So
Yeah.
this is we don't.
Yo,
need to
do
go
I
through
hear
all
the
this.
fucking
I know
Halo
folks are
theme?
probably eager to see some more gameplay. We'll talk about bots and arena as well, but you know, this is where I would apply my coding, for example. Some of these codings I'm gonna-
Oh, there's my coding.
It's a challenge reward, for
Estate
example.
gold.
So this is just a taste of kind of what I'll be able to do.
Ugh,
I
didn't
can't
like
wait
that
to see how
second
players
one.
in the tech preview. I would hope
Ugh.
that people are probably going
Look
to
at those visors.
20 and
Oh.
Yeah.
if not,
That's
Ooh,
our
that
lead.
gold
what are you
visor.
doing?
Give me
You've had
that.
This long to prepare.
Vandal, give me
Like,
that.
come on, you've waited for this. We
Or
need
the
you.
midnight black
Go
one. Give me
crazy.
that.
But yes, this is just to give you an idea. As I
Oh,
unlock my
bro.
code
Chest
for
piece
the
looks
core,
sick.
this is where I'm going to go in and be able to customize that.
These shoulders
And I
are
mentioned this the
beefy.
other day, but funny fact, someone
I like
pointed
that
out to
last
me
one. I
that
don't care.
if you want to, I think for the first time in a Halo game, you
No,
can have no
samurai
shoulder
armor is
pads,
not
which,
like Achilles. No,
hey,
they already
if
said
that's
you'd
your-
be
if
able
that's
to
your
do it by
fantasy,
getting
no
events.
shoulder pads.
Subscribe to the
So,
channel.
different
Watch my
options here,
videos,
and,
people.
this is
You'll
like-
stay up
you're
to
not
date.
seeing things in
So
here
many
like
people
armor
in the Twitch
effects
chat. How do
or,
so we watched this
other
to get a
categories
key
that
to
we
get in the
have,
flight? Like, dude,
listed
how
here.
are you this far behind? They've
For
been
the
tweeting
tech
for the past.
preview, it's
Yo,
really
just
month.
drop my link in
Hey.
chat. Like, yo, if you
Insider,
follow this
right?
guy,
the baseline pieces.
you'll know.
Make sure you're signed up for
Actually, let's
Insider.
talk
But how do we
about
get the
armor
flight?
for a little
Oh
bit.
my
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
Do you
what-
fly out there?
I don't think this is really
Are you guys
fully
flying?
supported in this build, though.
Yeah, so when we talk about
How hard do I
specifically
gotta
from a
wave my
killer
arms?
perspective of continuing the story, the armor kit kind of represents a bunch of that story. And so when you see the season, and when we say story,
A preset
we mean
combination.
the continuing story of the universe.
So
from
will we be able
after
to
you-
save a set
when you're in campaign as Master
like
Chief?
presets
What are the rest of the Spartans doing?
Yeah,
you
that's-
are a Spartan.
could be.
And so your
or
story
preset
belongs-
like if
Speculated.
you want to rock
but it's also
Master
a place
Chief's
in which
armor.
Well, hang
you
on.
can go
there
and
He's
iconic,
explaining it. He's explaining it.
characters within the Halo
Oh.
universe. And so a kit, for example, you might get I don't know, George or
Yeah,
Emil,
that's what I thought.
and that is an entire kit
The
unto
Emil kit.
itself. And so,
So
you
you don't
want
have to
to
earn
like
this stuff.
you actually want to go fly the
so Halo 5.
do your battle.
So
to the
your
battlefield
Roy,
like
it would be like a
George,
kit.
That's where you would go to get that kit.
Maybe. You'll probably have
Jerry,
a base kit,
This
but
is
you'll
just
probably
the
have
tip of the
the
iceberg.
Yeah.
I think there's
pieces
still a
of
ton
change.
of fun content in here for insiders this weekend to experiment with,
Can't wait,
unlock,
man.
explore. I do want to just reiterate as well. We've said this prior, but this is just a test, so nothing that
45
people
minutes
buy
in, no
or
gameplay.
unlock during this will
They
carry
did show
over to
gameplay
the
shot.
final game. We're gonna wipe the
Yeah, that
slate
was like
clean.
it.
I need more.
And as Jerry noted,
yeah.
just
You'll
but
get
look
more
for your
by
feedback.
watching the
We'll have
Patman game.
information on Waypoint, by the way, as
'Cause-
well as in your flight invitation that lets you know where to go and how to give that feedback. And the team wanted me to also
Just a
give a
bit.
shout out and let people know that a lot of polished work is still happening. So everything from how things look and are presented, we're not done yet. So I want to make sure we're giving credit to all the hard work that's still being done and will continue. Up
Dude,
until
this
launch
game, man.
holiday.
Just give me it.
Jerry, any final parting thoughts or words you want to leave to us before we
Same,
jump over
Walker,
and
same.
bring Tom in?
No, I mean enjoy your time, and as you said, Sketch, like this is a few months old, and we have a long way to go from where we're at actually today and what you're seeing. But please go test every button, like play everything, so that we can make sure that we have the tech ready for you when we launch.
I got my secret
Awesome. Well,
labs.
cool. Thanks again, Jerry.
Well,
Happy
cool.
to have you here. We're going to take in one more quick break. We're going to bring in Tom French and the multiplayer team. We're going to talk
Tom.
about some bots. We're going to jump in, do a weapon drill or two, and talk about the Academy.
Weapon drill,
And then we'll take a
okay.
look at a match that we recorded on Xbox Series X. We'll be
Xbox
back in
again?
just a moment.
Series
Series
X.
though.
A new day is upon us.
So do they
The
call the
Xbox
Series
X.
X Xbox One Series X?
No,
so it's technically still an Xbox.
It's part of the Xbox One family, but I think when they're saying when it shows like Xbox One gameplay, that's Xbox One gameplay versus Series S or X.
looks playable, but it's not the version I want to play.
No, but I mean, it really doesn't look bad at all. But I didn't expect it. Campaign's gonna be really what tests that system. I didn't expect multiplayer unless it's like a big maps and stuff. Like Arena's not gonna be that bad playing on the.
I think
Xbox One.
altogether, yeah, Halo altogether as multiplayer just won't be that intensive because the
Right.
maps are pretty
until
small.
until you get to bigger, which we don't know if.
BTB and whatnot.
Right, we don't know if BTB. I mean, I would imagine that's why they went with 12. That it could be supported on the Xbox One as well. So
Let's do some damage.
it could have probably been
Yeah,
even
'cause they
more
could've-
if they were doing Series X only.
Acquired.
16 on 16.
32
This
versus
better be
Imagine.
worth the wait. I would say it's looking pretty friggin' good right now.
Flag. Return it
Yeah,
to
this
base.
is the best Halo we've had in years.
Yeah,
Already.
6 years. This is the best Halo we've had in 6 years.
Ordnance drop inbound.
I don't
that
know,
Jim?
MCC
It
Halo
is.
is pretty cool. That
Yeah, it's
new
pretty good.
MCC Halo is
Yeah,
pretty
this
cool.
looks better. Way better.
Yeah, this definitely is.
I want a new Halo. Just give it to me. Is the flight going to work for the 1X? Yes.
No.
Please call
No.
us at your
Yeah,
earliest
what Jim said. Never mind.
convenience.
It's been too long. Yeah, it is. Way too long. So if you need me to break it down for you, yes. Depending on your invite, this will be for Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and PC. For the flights. And then you throw xCloud in there for the full game.
So it looks like the Commando is not going to be as strong as we think it is. Like that first original clip.
Okay,
It shouldn't be.
welcome
It's
back
way
again
too
after that
fast
brief
firing to
break.
be like
Yeah, it's
strong as the
super
DMR or
Our
something.
Halo Infinite
Yeah.
Tech Preview live stream here from Redmond, Washington. I'm Sketch. And now I
Halo
wanna
5 has
welcome
lived
Tom
its life
French.
and then some.
Tom,
That is
welcome,
true.
Associate Creative
Oh,
Director
it's the
for
cool
Multiplayer.
dude.
How are you?
It's
Yo,
wonderful. being
these two guys could literally
with
start a
you
metal
and
band
stuff,
right
so
now.
we kind of just hang out. I kind of want to give you a big hug.
They're
I
doing it
know,
right now.
right?
They do
It's
it.
the closest. This whole process, I haven't come this close to human beings in a long time.
Yeah,
it
it's a
feels
little
like.
weird. It's a little weird.
Well, it's good to have you here. I
Thanks,
feel like
sir.
this has been. I mean, this has literally been years in the making. Safe to say.
Yes, that is very safe to say.
Well, we're going to
Very
talk a little bit
safe.
about multiplayer, which is obviously sort of the key focus for the tech preview. So much like I've talked to Sam and Jerry about, thought we might just open up with kind of giving you a chance to, from your perspective and your team, how are you thinking about the tech preview? Kind of what are your goals? What would you like our audience to know from your side of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jerry and Sam kind of hit a lot of it on the head. Really, it's this. The focus isn't about like kind of fair, balanced arena starts. It's really about a tech preview. We need to get a lot of data. There's a lot of PC data we need to do now that we're not like just single console focus. There's a lot of information we need to really strengthen up our back end before we launch this game. To really just make sure everything's strong for the fans when we go live.
Yeah, and a lot of work obviously still happening. We've kind of covered that. Now, I think we've got a couple, I think safe to say we have sort of two signature content sort of buckets, features, if you will, with this tech preview, right? We've got an Academy experience, which I think we're going to talk about here first, and then we're going to move on to bots from that. So let's start by the Academy. We teased this a little bit. I think folks learned about it for the first time in our overview video last month. So from your perspective, what's the Academy all about? Where did it come from? What's the idea behind it?
I'm really proud of the Academy concept. Wake, when we started the journey to, what was going to become Halo Infinite, we needed, I don't know if you know this, but when you go to play multiplayer, it's intimidating to a lot of people. And so we needed to kind of create a ramp for how players get there and kind of smooth that out along the way. And so we thought about, like, what are the obstacles that players have to do? And so the Academy
Is it
is
me or
broken
is
into,
that
like,
hair,
24
like, on his
parts
forehead
and then kind of
distracted the
four
shit out of me, that
extensions
one
of that. But the
strand of
first part
hair?
is a tutorial.
No,
We'll
100%.
teach you the fundamentals of the game. We'll
Man, fix
introduce
it,
you to
please.
the
Please, man, you gotta feel that.
Spartan and what is the player's
I know you
purpose
feel
in the
it.
greater universe. And then the next step after that, we have
I know you see it.
you get to play with and talk about today, which is cool. And those are really about kind of just giving you a chance to put your hands on a gun in very simple settings, really just kind of mono-focused, right? And just really focus on how that gun performs and learn. And there's different skill levels, which we'll get to see a little bit. And then the third part is the what we call the training mode, which lets you play arena matches, basically, or arena slayer inside of all of our arena maps. And lets you run around and you can configure the difficulty of the bots, you can configure your loadouts, you can configure, I don't know, there's just a bunch of tuning knobs to let you really kind of soften the experience. And then the next step I would say beyond that is once you kind of get comfortable in there is we have 4v bot matches. So we have 4 players. Halo's a team-centric game. And so We want players to learn how to play together, kind of first and foremost, and you do that against bots before they.
Oh my god, I can't wait to just. Yo,
Well, you
Jim, send me an
mentioned weapon
invite.
drills, which
Oh,
is
we
the
had there.
sort
Yo.
of the slice of the
Oh.
academy that we're including in the tech preview today.
We're gonna
playing
absolutely
New
I think we
slate.
jump into
We're
weapon
gonna go
drills,
undefeated.
too. I'm sure our
Can't lose to
viewers would
bots.
love
Absolutely.
check that out first.
50-0
So-
first game.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tom, if you're willing, I'm
I
going to
ain't
put
dying.
you on the spot here.
No, no.
You can
mean,
see how much I.
I
suck
can
with a
embarrass
bunch of the
myself.
guns.
I mean, you know what?
Why
How
don't we
about-
trade off?
Why don't we each do,
All right,
right?
all
So I'm happy to go first, Josh. If you want to jump back over to my POV here. I've already kind of jumped into the academy menu. I'm presented with an option for weapon drills.
Oh.
You know, I did want to point out this is not the entirety of our sandbox, right? This
Dude,
is
that
like
Ravager, I
like
can't wait to
slice,
use
right?
it.
So I would expect
So
more
like
weapon drills.
non-rendered weapon
So, you know,
models.
I think
They're like silver.
I don't
Yeah.
know like what fans would be most interested in
Chromed
seeing.
out?
I'm gonna
Or
guess they
maybe-
probably don't.
I'm
Maybe
already
shield.
used to playing with bots, but
Right, so
against
something
bots
a
should
little
be a
more
piece
exotic.
of
Now,
cake.
This is I might do this.
Maybe
'cause
they
this is
change
one of my
color as
personal
you
favorites new
progress.
additions to the game.
Like-
This thing is a beast.
I think it's
With them?
just the
It
menu.
sounds awesome. It feels
High
awesome.
score.
And real quick,
Yep.
Tom, how would you want
Never
viewers
know.
to understand? Sort of, I got three
You
options
might like
here.
3-star it, it
for
turn
my
gold
weapon
or something.
So there's 3 tiers of weapon drills, and the
Yeah,
basic one
probably.
is static bots, and they'll just
Maybe.
stand there.
But
kinda
it's
let
just-
you
I
do
don't-
hand
it's just
from gun,
the
right?
menu
Shoot the
thing.
basic
I don't think there's
target, and
anything-
score you on
No,
your performance
no.
and kind of give you a
Just
grade
a
so you
little-
understand how well you're
Dude,
using
look at
it.
that
UI
like jet
The next
engine
tier,
on
they're
that
kind of
fucking
more just, like,
Pelican
kind of
wing
simple
right
paths,
there.
like
Like,
how to
God.
cover and things like that to
It
kind
looks
of
so
show you how to use
good.
the weapon. Get you to move to that next tier of how do you
These
track
trees
the target across
look-
the screen. And then the
Not
third
to do this
tier is
again,
more-
but
actually
they
have
look
really
straight
combat
up out of
behaviors. They're not
Destiny.
firing
They look
back.
good.
You
I've
just
always
running
loved
around
Destiny's
and they're
trees.
ducking
They've
and
always
they're-
done a really good
they're a
job
lot
with
less
trees.
predictable,
But-
Yo,
so they're kind
I
of
hate
harder
the
to
game
track, but kind of
Destiny,
using more of that
but you ever
block
seen them
mentality,
trees?
so-
I guess
Them
I'll
tree-
split the difference.
them
and
trees?
Go, I'll go like a tier 2 here,
Okay,
right?
okay.
I mean, don't judge.
Let's see how you score.
Don't judge.
All right.
There's
I
a lot of
probably
pressure
will.
here. I
Tier
mean,
2.
safe to say there's been a lot of internal
Yeah, what is-
trash
what is
talking as
changing
well,
the
right?
tier?
we
do.
trash talk a lot, especially about scores. Like,
Is
I
it no
mean,
boop, boop, boop?
We're a competitive team.
No
At
boop,
our
boop,
core.
boop?
That's what you have to do.
Load maps.
You know, and speaking of too, I think there is a cool.
Take
Not
preview.
only is this a learning module in a lot of ways, but there is
Oh,
a competitive
oh.
angle too.
Oh.
You know, I think safe to say down the road the team's thinking about possibility of things like leaderboards and kind of how do we really bring
Always
that
aim for the head.
gamification, competitive element to this.
Yeah, that was something that we really
6.9
wanted in the core
meters
design.
away.
Just, you know, it just didn't fit into the
Nice.
schedule. So we're just building this kind of as a platform for how we can add
That
more
animation.
content.
Okay, here we go. Not doing good. By the way, that's something our fans notice right there. We have damage per sort of location-specific visual
awesome.
indicators on damage, right?
Yeah, it's really helpful, right? It really helps just that pop where you're hitting.
Look at
the
that.
target.
I choked right there. Now, are you a feather the trigger person with this weapon, or do you just sort of pray and spray?
I'll just be honest. I'm hot garbage with this gun. That's first and foremost my problem. I'm trying to get better.
this
with
gun
it.
looks like
I-
it might
I-
be
I
super
kinda use
messy
it
to
as
use.
like an
Yeah,
automatic, but when I'm kind of at range,
that's
I'll
cool.
switch
Just a
up.
spray.
I'm
Just
for
a
that.
spray,
Oh,
people.
my killer got in your way.
Yeah.
That
Just
wasn't,
body
that was
someone.
not a great
Bah, 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 bah.
2-star. I mean,
Break some
Terrible.
shields.
I think there is a bonus for like a quick reaction, right? Like if I were to quickly zoom in on a target right when it appears, I think I might get an extra.
I
bit of
think there's
points for
extra
that,
little
right?
bonus points and little twists around it. So
All
we
right, I want to put you on the spot now. We're
Okay.
going to switch over to your point of view. So
Okay.
So first of all, okay,
right.
going for the
You should
controller,
go.
right? Because we
Probably pick
support
that
His
mouse
aim
mouse
is
and
kind of
keyboard or
trash,
controller,
not gonna
doesn't
lie,
matter.
bro.
controller guy.
Whatever suits your fancy. Tom, I am hearing
The needler.
from our friends over here in the room that it sounds like chat is unsurprisingly very interested in seeing the BR.
You know, I
Please,
think
the
that's
BR.
expected. Let's
The
bring the
BR.
then. Let's see how.
Let's
I mean,
go.
I'm okay
We'll see
with
how
it.
trash
You're
your
going with
aim
the more
is.
exotic
Oof.
weapons, though, so maybe we
Come
just
come
kinda
Have we
the
seen-
flight test.
We're
First
squeezing
person
it
BR
out.
yet?
Other
Other than, like, the very first trailer?
The third tier system.
First
trying to think
person
of, like,
BR?
the-
Yeah, we've seen a bunch in the.
you'll see the
Oh
kind of
my
more
god, how many
bouncy
times have you watched this trailer,
So
Jim?
you'll see this
Too many times. That's why it's
cover and
confusing.
stuff.
I'm like, man,
Yeah,
I don't know if we've
obviously
seen
a
it.
fan favorite.
Dude, we've seen so much of the BR in the other
Really
trailer.
nervous how well I'm just gonna score.
Well, the latest one, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like before that.
Well,
No,
at least we're taking
before that,
different
it was
weapons, so we're not
literally
really,
a-
like,
a
we can't really compare each
quick
other
one.
against each-
This
against each other,
FOV.
right? So-
Oh,
Yeah, people
Hit your
are already
shots.
making fun of me in the stream. I can see it.
oh my god.
Imagine, at least.
No,
Everybody,
100% would be funny.
everybody always makes fun of how they
I'm
aim.
like an
It's
incessant reloader.
it's okay. They're
See that?
or
I probably
That
shouldn't have
clip
reloaded
looks
right there.
sick. That magazine.
that that clip.
When we're missing shots like
The
you and I do,
magazine.
it makes it a little hard to be predictable on that reload
I know.
too,
I
right?
really
Look
feel
how
like it's
cool
part
it
of
looks.
my job
Dang.
to get better at this, and I'm trying. And I
This
am
BR
getting
looks
better.
good.
I'm a little more
It's like
better
projectile?
is kind of my
A
bread.
little bit of projectile do it?
Hey,
Yeah, so
that's
they're
what
kinda
it's been
dancing
seeming
around
like
a
this
little
whole
bit, they're
time.
strafing more. They're
Yeah,
not just
it definitely
bounce
does.
patterns.
I mean, technically, they're all projectile, just
Yeah.
bullet speed, but it's not as bad as Halo 3, that's for sure.
Time's up.
And it's not
I think
Halo
that's a pretty
5.
good score.
Definitely not Halo
nice
5.
work
HDR
to
just-
whoever-
Just fucking
I
straight.
think nobody.
What have I
A
missed?
1,000
I-
fucking meters a second.
Not much.
Rank 2. So yeah, so you can see like
They've
we're
just
trying
been
to
showing off
kind of give
the
you some
training
grading
ground.
so you can understand your skill level and like how you can get better, or you know a little bit like kind of encouraging to get better.
More
so you can understand
drills.
where you're meeting.
All right, I think we're getting the request. Let's maybe like at least one more. You want to play one more since you're already in? Why don't you do
I
it?
mean,
I'll put you on the
okay.
spot.
Needler, let's
so
go.
I'm hearing that
Heat
there's
wave.
a lot of interest in the heat wave. This
All
is I don't think we've really seen or shown this really to date. So this
Okay.
is obviously new and exciting.
This is gonna be really
a little
bad for
unconventional,
times,
right?
though.
A little bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
'Cause
I mean, it
it's
has
like
an
a
alt
single fire
fire,
weapon.
which is cool. It's something that's kind of new to Halo. I know Queen.
But it
Elise
kills
was really
instantly.
Proud of that. And
So you gotta
kind of
remember
how
that.
we introducing this kind of concept.
what's the
into
reload
game
time
and how
like?
can
We
can
haven't
use
seen
this
it reload
more
yet.
in the game.
I think it just
this
like
weapon's
turns
really
like.
fun, and the two alt modes or the two modes are basically vertical and horizontal fire.
Dude, this
Can't
thing
remember
looks
how this drill performs.
gross.
So see, one of the things cool
Straight
about
up
the
scatter
drills,
shot.
Right.
is a lot of they're trying to do
What if
behaviors
that scatter
that
shot isn't
actually
gone?
encourage you to use the weapon correctly. So like these two were bouncing near each other, and so you can get a more
That's so
optimal
sick.
like kind of horizontal shot.
Yeah, and I know folks notice it's pretty
It's
nuanced.
venting.
There. I think you're using your left trigger to sort of swap between those two different
Yeah, the two
firing
modes.
right?
Okay.
Yep.
All right, get together, boys.
So if you
And
ADS
this
it-
will penetrate,
Yeah,
right?
ADS
So
it.
you can line guys up and just take them all.
Oh,
Very
the
cool.
Last shot sucked. There we go. Oh,
Why doesn't he just ADS? This side shot
I'm
sucks.
basically not managing my reload.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like I have
not
more
the
time
way
in the
to
game,
go
right?
with
Like
it.
when you're in a match, you like hide behind cover, but this is definitely
Double
like, kind of
kill.
stressful, which is in a
Interesting.
good way.
Metals-
Like, it
metals
helps you
look
get
a
better
little,
by,
little
going
plain.
through
Yeah.
the repetitions and the drills.
Well, the world watching.
Killing
Yeah,
friend.
Purple?
Yeah.
That's normally the running right.
I'm more nervous
Yeah.
about you just giving me shit after. Oops.
We're fine.
He said,
Right,
"Whoops."
ESRB up
Oh,
front.
thank
We're
you.
good.
Oh, that's
We're
good.
good. We said it may,
I
make
can't help it. I'm
content may not be
oh, I
suitable
got
for
it.
all audiences. Look at you, man.
it
You're
right, I did it
sandbagging
right.
us here. 3-star. You're a master. So
maybe
that's
we
the
haven't
heat
tuned
wave.
those scores yet, so maybe
We're
we
not
need
going to go
some
through every weapon drill, but you know when the
He's
tech
like,
build
"Oh,
goes
shit.
out
Oops."
tomorrow,
Oh,
the
oh.
weapon drills will be
Oh.
available right away. So you folks
Yep.
that are in the flight can play to their heart's content all weekend long. We encourage you to do that, and I want to see people kind of.
See, I wish they would
See if
just
you
go
can beat
out and
Tom's
just do that.
score.
I
There
feel
you
like
go. Let's
Bungie
throw
back
the
in the day
gauntlet out.
wouldn't
Yeah,
have
please.
cared.
I mean,
They would have just been
please
like,
beat my score.
man, they're gonna make fun of me for this one.
If you don't, I'll be disappointed. So.
So,
cuss it up.
Tom,
Do
obviously,
it.
you know, we talk a little bit about bots. As
Put me in there.
I'll
as
cuss it up.
the
30-year-old playing this
Academy
game.
experience that we just saw here, but bots is kind of the other signature experience as part of the tech preview. So,
Yep.
before we
Did
get
a
into the
video on that
specifics, there,
too.
bots are brand new to Halo. Like, what do you want
This
the world
tech-
to
Still think
know
they'll
about
return.
bots?
Going live
What's
tonight.
cool about them? Why
It's
are
gonna
you
go
excited
live.
about them?
Oh,
Like
I'm
later
so
tonight.
ready.
I'm really
I'm
excited
so
about
ready
bots
for it to go
because,
live when I'm
again,
fucking
like,
sleeping and
playing
not ready with all
multiplayer in
my
Halo is a scary thing, and so just,
videos ready to
my
go.
crew.
we have this kind of notion of
My
safe,
cruise.
being able to play safe and offline in the training mode and things like that. And so
I have a feeling it's gonna go
having
live like
bots
later
to
tonight.
really
9 o'clock,
kind of
8 o'clock
player
tonight.
behaviors is a big
Well, I
goal
hope
of
you know
ours.
the
Like,
first few
I'm
hours
really
I will not be playing with
I'm
anybody.
really proud of the work our bots team has
Yeah, I'm
done.
out.
They're
Making
really
content.
manipulating
Hours to get out
player
the
behaviors.
tutorial.
They're doing things
True.
like
They're probably gonna
watching
make us
motion
go
tracker,
through the
they're
training and
listening
whatnot.
for footsteps. They'll like
Like they said,
pre-made in
it kinda
areas
ramps you
and
up to
get
the
into better
multiplayer.
bots and things
How
like
do you
that. So
play
they actually
what,
are kind
Shiny?
of reflecting player behaviors back
You
into the
don't.
game for you to even if you're a learning player, you can kind of it did that. That's something I can learn as a tool. But again, really just giving players safe
Halo
places to
Infinite.
experiment and learn and warm up. Like we found out, the community was like
Just link the
when we
YouTube.
first started talking about that.
Yeah.
Like, I can warm up. Before
Yeah.
Go to
matches and stuff like that. That was absolutely
youtube.com/thepatman
part of the
gaming
intent,
and you
see
would
people
be
do
up
it
to
actually
date
from
on
watching
everything
our
you
coaching
needed to
as
know
well.
about how to
Yeah,
play
they
Halo
are-
Infinite.
They're no slouches either. I can say. I mean, let's talk about that for a minute.
no
You know, we've
slouches, but
mentioned
then
this
again, Shadow
like
dropped
earlier
the flight,
last
yeah.
week, but my understanding is we want to kind of ease people into the experience this weekend, so they'll be able to jump online. And I think sort of it's our second
But then again-
lowest skill level bots to start with, right?
Yeah,
They'd
we
have to send out all
in the
those
game we'll
flight
have 4 different
codes.
tiers of
That's
bots.
more
There's,
codes they'd have to send out
there's
right now.
Recruit,
I don't know. It
there's
might be tomorrow.
Marine, There's ODST and Spartan, and like
Check your
we're gonna start
waypoint right
with
now.
The Marine level, which is basically kind of like a silver level player, and then we have the ODST, which are
You
more
have to
like
be
gold,
invited
then,
and signed up for the Halo Insider. Long story
Spartan
short,
is-
but if you
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
any of that means and you
losing
are
my
like
words right now.
completely lost
But
Shiny,
they are
then yeah,
absolutely
I
the higher
suggest
difficulty level. But
you
we're
know
trying to
keeping
keep,
up
like, really just
with
they're
the Halo
top
news.
level players,
Subscribe to
I don't know,
Patman.
I was thinking that. But yeah, so we're trying to just really kind of ramp it up. We want to let players play against the different spots so we can see the different kind kind of how players perform against them. We
No
know
new
they're not,
message.
they're not gonna like,
Sad.
they're not shotsy.
No, I
they're
checked
not
it.
gonna like just dong on you like
Sad.
immediately, even when we get to our highest level. They really are. a
Checking
warm-up
the
and a
Google
learning
Play
tool,
Store
right?
for Halo Waypoint.
Yeah, and
app.
I think my understanding
my
is
God,
too
my
that
heart stopped.
we want to get focused.
I saw it pop up as soon as I saw Halo Waypoint,
sort of
but
feedback
it
on
was
each of
what I
those
typed in.
sort of
So-
bot. You just mentioned the bot sort of skill level.
I feel like they're
So
gonna show us the new Halo
if, for
Waypoint.
You've
this
been
year.
subbed
we
forever,
get
and
enough
then yeah, I guess you
engagement
just don't
and
watch the
collective
videos then.
community slays enough bots, after
Halo,
we go
looking
live
for all the
on
finer
Thursday.
details on
My
the
understanding is, okay, cool, you guys have passed phase
upcoming
1
Halo
now, right? So then
or
we're
know
going
what
to
to
kick
expect,
off
how to get in, and where you can
escalate
send
and
us
sort of
feedback.
raise the difficulty up and introduce the ODST bots. So
Mm.
our hope and expectation is that
You
everyone
watch them
out there is playing
sometimes?
so much, we're
So you
getting
don't
all
even know
data that
about
we
the
need,
flights. I've
and
done
we're
like
just
so
gonna
many
keep
videos the
ratcheting it
last
up with
week
goal
about
of, let's hope by Sunday
flight,
we've got
how to
Spartan
get
bots
in,
out there, and
all
we'll
that
really
stuff.
see how some
Yeah,
players
this
can
new
stack up to
interior
that.
image of
And I believe
Bazaar.
we're also going to kind of gradually
this new
introduce
post.
maps. And
Yeah,
things
it's
like
just
that.
too much to
So
explain. But I
the
highly
big message
suggest
there, I think,
like
for tech
anything.
preview participants
Like if
is
you're looking, I
we
did a
need you
video
play
how to
a
play
lot
Halo
and
Infinite
come
early,
back every day because
which
we're gonna
showed you how
try
to do
keep
the
that experience
signups.
evolving and keep it
I did
fresh. I also wanted to shout
video
out that we're gonna be
today
keeping an eye
because
on our
the
stats in
invites
the
went
back
out
end
yesterday.
and looking to do a little celebratory
That you can
shout
still
outs
get
on the Halo
invited. So if
Twitter
you're not
account.
even signed
So
up
each
for the
day we're
Halo
gonna be looking
Insider,
for
then
which
then
player
you're
has
probably
slayed the
not
most
gonna be
bots,
playing.
who's won the most
So I would
games,
highly suggest
and also,
watching
I
at
think
least
kinda
that
interesting,
video so you can
which
get signed up.
team has been able to get 50 slays and win their game against bots the fastest. And what's really cool and a twist here, we're going to track all that. We'll shout you out on our social channels. But when this game launches this holiday,
Dude,
we're
we
gonna
gotta
capture
crank a
gamer
50
tags
now.
now and be able to grant
Yeah.
you'll be the first ever recipient
the
of
timing.
one of our sort of exclusive emblems, nameplates
Oh.
rather.
What did
Name
you mean
plates.
by
Fire
no in
uniforms has
Halo
been sort of
Insider?
something that we've had throughout Halo 5, a little bit in MCC as well. So pretty cool. We're able to kind of start that muscle now a little bit. So
They said
bragging
nameplates
rights,
for
high
Halo
stakes,
Infinite.
Right.
slay a lot of bots, play a
It
lot.
said fire
but
unicorn.
don't slouch because these bots
Is that
mean
what he said?
business, especially by the
He
time
just
they
said
get to
something
Sunday.
about fire unicorn.
So Tom,
Well,
the
he was
last thing
saying
I kinda
like
wanted
that,
to switch
but he
into
said
as well.
you
Speaking
get
of
shouted out
yeah,
by
I
the-
don't
we're
know.
thinking about
Yeah.
possibly turning on some classic
get shouted out by
Arena, I
the
believe, as
social
well at the
team
end of the weekend.
by
Yeah, so I mean, I think
your
yeah, the intent
gameplay
is we're
being
gonna
like
start
super
with
fast or
Wi-Fi,
whatnot, like how
with
fast you
the
get
map,
like
which is
high
Right, right,
score
right.
against the
Maps,
bots.
and
You
then
can get with the
we'll go
nameplates.
into
Right, right.
recharge or add recharge, and then
A
we'll
spe-
add
a
Mombasa,
special
or
one.
not
We gotta
Mombasa,
get that.
Bazaar, which is set in Mombasa. Actually, I really want
Mombasa.
people, especially our fans, to really look around that map. There's some kind of
Easter
nerdy
eggs?
lore things in there that
Lucky.
are super cool. But yeah, then at the end,
Yeah, we'll be
the
streaming
intent
a
is
lot.
At the very end, we'll
A lot of
you know, we can
content
unlock
coming.
basically a chance to play some 4v4. There's a bug in there right now where sometimes you won't match at 4v4. You can get a 3v4 match. We should backfill somebody into that match. Hopefully, generally within a minute or so. It depends on obviously matchmaking and population times at that point.
Join in
But
progress.
yeah, so it should balance out.
When you
Again,
said that's your
it's
answer,
not
I'm
gonna give
still
you
don't
that
know what
full
you're
fair,
talking about.
Like
Yeah,
core.
I said
competitive
you
Halo
gotta be
start,
a Halo
but it will
insider.
give players at least a first chance at like hands on stick to kind of put sights on another player.
For sure, and I just kind of wanted to reemphasize, like our number one priority is the bot
BRB.
experience, and it's getting all the data that involves. Because I don't think we mentioned
Talking
this,
with my
but
Twitch chat
even
too,
just
if
from
you're
a dedicated
confused if
server
I'm streaming on
perspective,
Twitch
a
and
bot
YouTube.
match kind of taxes the servers and uses resources differently than a traditional PvP match, right? So it is important to us that we load test that.
Yeah, the bots are actually, I mean, they're running on the servers, and so they're actually putting weight on the servers. And then it literally, because it's 4v4, 4 players versus 4 bots, you're going to spin up twice as many servers, and so kind of testing scale and
Yeah.
stuff like that at that
So
time as well.
as long as we hit these gates and sort of checkpoints over the course of each day, we could have quite a bit of fun here at the end of Sunday night. But I did want to reiterate what Tom pointed out. We are aware the experience does have some rough edges. But, as long as you're
Hi,
willing
babe.
to sort of put up with that, we'd love to jump in and be able to have that fun with you as well. So, Tom, I think the last thing that we're going to jump into here in a minute is we have one more gameplay footage. We have a full match we recorded. Before we do that,
Let's
though, I have a
go.
couple of
Full
things I
match?
think I just want to rattle off. One, split screen comes up a lot. It's a big part of the Halo multiplayer experience. I did just want to
Actually, I
call
had
out that
somebody
that is
ask
not
me about this.
supported in the tech preview.
Not supported
It
tech
is still
preview.
something
There
that is important to multiplayer for launch, obviously, but in the tech preview, it's not will not be supported. So I think honestly, I believe you could even split screen in with your buddy on your couch, but then you can't load into the playlist together. So I just wanted to call that out in case folks get stuck in that situation. Something else that I just thought while you're
The
here we
vid
could
for
just
the
chat about, I
sign
could
up.
ask you.
You're being
Folks
way
started
too
asking this
vague. Oof,
question
I
as we
don't
shut
get
off
what your
some of our
question is.
NC
You have to be a
content last
Halo
month, and we're
insider
obviously gonna
to be
sort of
invited
get the
to a
experience
flight.
firsthand starting tomorrow.
If
And
I don't
that's
know
about
what you're trying to
assassination.
ask though.
We saw a couple moments in the trailer where we saw some clutch back smacks that probably would have been an assassination.
assassinations
folks
confirmed?
have asked us, are they in? Are they out? What's
Well,
going on with assassinations?
there
So
we go.
what's the scoop there?
So they're not in for launch, and I think we're just going to be straight about
What?
that. Like,
Oh,
we actually really love assassinations, and I remember being at an ACS tournament with Quinn.
Not at launch though. I mean, it's just gonna come
right
in.
when I took
Delay
my
the game.
gig,
I'm
and,
okay with that.
Delay the
we were watching
game.
a
I'm
match,
gonna turn
and,
it off anyways. I'm
somebody
sick and
Yeah, I don't
tired.
know.
Somebody, and
I
they
love
had
them, but-
assassinations enabled
Assassinations
on
the
accident
past
because they
2
turned them
years.
off, right? And
A
they got
lot,
this
but-
amazing
Dude,
assassination.
I
No,
turned them off in
not
Halo
once.
5
moment in the crowd.
because
Yeah,
But,
when I got got
what happens
sweaty
is
at
a lot
it.
of
It
them,
gets you
people just
killed.
turn them off.
It gets you
because,
killed
know,
real
there's
hard.
a gameplay disadvantage of it. And so one of the things we really wanted to do is take a step back and how do we think about how do these fit into infinite gameplay loops? And so one of the things that Quinn and I keep talking about is like when we bring them back, we want them to be back and fit right into our sandbox and the loops of the game, and
So
bring
they
them
might
back in a way that really
wait
just
for
feels
like
meaningful. So
the
they're
different
always
type of armors for
cool,
like the
but also kind
assassinations,
of a
like the
flourish moment.
Yoroi maybe.
Yeah, so
Be dope.
we talk about this a lot. Launch is only the beginning. Jerry alluded to kind of what it means to be a live service and those opportunities.
Launch
that
is
it-
only
that
the
it
beginning,
brings.
man. We've heard
This
that
is a
before.
perfect example of
Yeah.
something that I know is
Halo
already on
5.
the team's radar, and I can't wait to. It's something to look forward to, and I
this
can't wait to
chat-
see how bots evolve and eventually.
What's chat saying?
Assassinations
Well, bots
evolve.
will
Not a big deal.
Bots will
W,
evolve too,
W,
right?
W.
You're right. Getting assassinated
L.
by a recruit bot would be an. I think you have to
the beginning,
resign
it
at
was
that point.
bad.
If that
Yeah,
were
I
to
think we
happen, right?
delete your profile at that point.
So I think one more thing we're going to show today.
Can I still
I know
make a
people have still
teabag?
been clamoring for like
Yeah,
we
you
just
just
want to see a
crouch.
full match. Just show us a match end to end.
Crouch
So we
up,
have that here
crouch
today.
down,
We're going to do
crouch
that right
up,
now.
crouch
Just to
down.
kind of tee this up. I believe this was recorded last week or so. This is Xbox Series X gameplay, just directly
Series
out of the
X.
console. These are not bots in play. This is a 4v4 Slayer on Livefire.
Yep.
I think
Why
a few
can't
members
we
of our
do
pro
that?
Team mixed in with a couple members of
Everyone.
the studio at large. You know, kind of to your point.
Where's Uni Shrek?
Right now, for this focus,
Hey,
this
which
is
one-
not,
which bot
we're not
is it?
trying to sort of
Right.
say,
We better find out.
telegraph this
You
is
better
a
tell from the
competitive
aim.
Where's
game.
Unibot?
Exactly.
So this is about social. It's about fun. It's about learning and kind of evolving.
Yeah, I'm surprised they
so no
didn't
one
do
should
that,
read
like
too
how
much into
Treyarch
that,
does,
right?
where they name
Yeah,
their
I mean,
bots
this
and
is
whatnot.
not your your
Right.
VR stars
Maybe they
really
did.
curated level. This is kind of more the what like we call internally like our pub experience or our non-ranked experience, and so this is more of the quick play option that people will be seeing.
Well, let's roll that, Josh, if you got it
Right.
ready. And, you know, Tom, if you want to we can kind of provide some commentary
Okay.
along the way. We're not going to try to cast this or anything. I'm sure folks are just eager to soak
Live
it in.
on
Bravo to
live
yell at me
fire.
later if I do
It's
that.
about 7 to 8 minutes, I think, end to end. But this is a full match of 4v4 Slayer, Halo Infinite, in our tech preview, essentially a version of this build on Livefire. So, Josh, go ahead and roll that when you're ready.
Slay them all. Spartan.
Slay them
Slay your
all.
enemies.
This is a pro
Spartan.
POV.
Yeah, you see, the last one said Xbox One, so yeah, this is.
Right off the bat, going for
So
the
he's
heat
got the
wave.
Halo
Five.
red,
Yep.
so you got to switch the
I already played this
Force
map
people are
on
like,
Halo
"Let's
5.
go." The Force people are like, man, we got this.
There's
Stitzer.
We got all the.
Most people are
it's good to
like,
have
man.
Stitzer back, or we
Oh,
have
yeah, I can
some
hear
big
They need to
names
turn
of
up.
Stitzy.
Yeah, they need to turn
Grenades
all
on it?
grenades
People
in
were
little
pointing in the video.
spawns.
Yeah,
Threw down a shield.
they already showed that.
Yeah, I like
before.
that little peek technique.
Oh,
I-
let's
I
do it. Nail 'em to the
personally
wall.
love it, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Oh
feel
my
we see this
God.
in
There we
a
go.
4v4 yet.
Yeah, I don't think you were here, Jim,
Like,
but
we
I just
watched
realized
them,
we're
we
not
have
going to
to
get
break
any
them
vehicle
because
gameplay in the
I
fight
don't play with
because
them,
none of
they're
the maps
really
Yeah.
in there have
They're
vehicles.
So good. And we
Well,
put our
oh, yeah,
better
true.
players up against them.
Isn't it like Ravager the one?
Also
Isn't
noticed
that,
that
no, that's the
Uh,
weapon. What's the
Behemoth is the one
Behemoth.
that has,
Slayer,
and then
which is,
Fragmentation is
the
the big
Wasp and
team.
whatnot?
Hard for me to use.
Yeah.
Being honest.
So you'll see, like, so
I
you
mean,
can
the
see
Forge
friend
people did a
flow,
really
this
good
one
job.
right
This is
here,
almost
so we
identical to what they
talked
made for Halo
about it
5.
earlier.
Yeah,
It's
they did
something
really
that
good.
you continue to
Actually,
kind of
pretty
iterate
much
and
Like
evolve
Well,
even
we
beyond
we
this
didn't even
build.
know what
I think
the
this-
half of
this
this
might
map
be
looked like. They
beautiful.
literally just made it. They probably just took basic
Oh my
map
word,
making
this is
stuff.
beautiful. Oh, the Needler is so
Viewer
good.
is
Beep, 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 beep,
This
beep,
is
beep,
also
beep,
on
beep,
the
beep.
one skip.
but
The health noises.
hard for me to use.
Boop, 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 boop. It's classic. That's like classic Halo 3. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
boop.
When you
Break
hit
this,
a
bro,
target, especially a
please.
vehicle,
I know.
And the
I
recharge
can't hear
sound.
anything.
spectating.
That's something we need to notice too. Is like, does the shield have that weird particle effect, that like hexagon
Yeah.
effect that they had before?
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
You missed the neutral one.
Tried
Oh.
for it.
Tried for it.
Hit
Those
marker on the
make-
nades.
Successful.
Blah.
Too
Dude,
much
there's
equipment.
So many of these drop shields, right? There's a
Rough
lot
here
of
in studio,
equipment.
But I believe you'll hear some personal AI coming.
Yeah,
through.
it still has that
you're hearing-
effect.
There's a few things. So
But it doesn't look as
the
bad.
Spartan chatter that we had in Halo 5 really
Nah.
kind of brings the battlefield, gives a lot more like
Clamber.
reaction.
I like the
to
auto
what's
clamor,
going
it's
on
pretty
in the game,
dope,
you'll
but
hear
I
this
don't know.
personal
I don't
AI,
think
and
I'll
what we
use
did
that.
with them is
From
I mean,
the
doesn't Halo
grave.
5 auto
leader,
clamber?
team leader.
trying to think.
Yeah, there was,
and you jump in
if-
ledge,
it's
you
just a more
just
personal
yeah.
version.
No,
of it.
you
They have
you
a
had
lot
to
of
hold the button,
personality, and so
or
that you
there
can
was an
swap
option,
around
I
and
think, though.
customize
Oh, I
maybe
guess
that.
that's
They
I don't
give you
remember.
a lot of low-level fit, pull the power
Active
up.
camo
I was
acquired.
just gonna
I
mention,
wonder how much money he could waste on this game?
change,
A lot.
right? It doesn't
Well-
activate
Oh,
on
the
TikTok,
camos are
but you
OP.
can hold on to it.
It's
Yeah, we
broken
think that'll
again.
bring a lot in the long term and allow us to do more things with
He's
power-ups
so
than
in-
kind of
oh,
just
that nade was tiny.
traditional
Yeah,
just
it
quick
was.
stat kind of
What happened to the big Uroi
Last
plasma
shot.
the
grenades?
notion of power equipment in the game?
Last shot is back.
One thing that we won't see.
Where
from-
I just want to
from
hear
this point of view, I
perfect.
really love the visual language that.
Where's
you'll
the 5?
intuitively
If
do.
one of these
Very obvious
fucking
when
devs
someone's
were good
rocking
enough,
a
I mean,
power
that
up
looked
like
pretty
that,
good.
You'll see a glowing trail.
Get a
line.
headshot
Trail
notification
Yeah, that
now
was a
too.
big thing,
That's
is
cool.
making sure we at least telegraph that.
Nice
information.
nade.
That was, making that switch, there was
Killing
some
spree.
critical lenses on making sure that there was.
I
at
love
least
the
a readability
shield
to it.
on the armor
So now
itself.
it's sort of that
The
risk
blue
reward, right?
hexagons,
Do
it looks
I
so
hold
cool.
this and
This
risk that
map is
final
gonna be a
push? Do
sweat
I
map.
burn it
Either
now?
you're
So
winning
I'll
or
do
you're
that?
not.
Yeah, you make
It's
a
be a
lot
really
of
good
choices
free-for-all
that
I
way.
mean,
I
I'm pretty
just
sure
look
they're
that's
playing in.
every
I don't know,
game of
TikTok.
Halo,
and
Josh.
then I'll lose it, and I'll
All
give,
right.
like,
Well, you know what? Shut up.
I'll give
Either you're winning or you're not.
me, which is, super
You know what
risky
I
at that
mean.
point.
I need a weapon. There's hints and tips and
If I
tricks.
see this
Seen
in a
couple of
video,
little
I'll be
sort
pissed.
of
I'm copyright claiming.
I mean,
tutorial
it's
text
already-
popping up there,
you're already
which
gonna
you
be.
can turn off in the
This is
setting.
going
you can
straight
turn
to
them
the
off, but on
tube.
they're
No,
dead
ed-
tips,
no
so
editing.
VR.
But yeah, giving you a little bit of feedback, about the type of weapon that
Copyright.
killed you, or like how you can respond better.
Stealing my content.
I'm not
Give
sure
me
at
a
this point
perfect,
the
come
pro
on.
team needs to.
Yeah, we need a clean 4 here. Body.
Yeah,
That
come
was-
on,
that
man.
was- that
Like,
was
just
close.
Opt out if you don't really care about it, if you don't need that information, or it makes you feel bad. Some people might
This
do
has
Yeah,
gotta be.
heads.
This dev's going in. Is this UD check? Everybody else has like 3 kills. This
Yeah,
guy's
the
got
Pelicans
15.
flying by, it's
I love the pace of this game. It's like not Halo 5 anymore. It's so good.
It's
just-
not, and it's
oh, the
not
lunge.
slow Halo 3 either.
It's kind of cool. Just
Reversal.
KMI,
It
like,
reminds me a lot of, like,
one of
Halo
ours
4.
and everybody's
That's why I
favorite
said like
character.
this feels like Halo
Halo Reach.
4.5.
Whoever this
Like,
I think
it's
the
like
Halo Reach sprint is a
getting-
lot like this too.
Getting active.
No,
camo
Halo
tests
Reach
is
sprint's
not
way
right.
faster,
I don't know
I
what
think.
the other team's up to right
That
now.
camo
Like
came
this
out
this
real fast.
sprint is
Watching them
slow.
call
This
out. Yeah,
camo
the
is
power-up
super
feels
OP
like
looking.
like the power
You're
weapons,
love it.
they're
invisible.
up on a pad. They
This
have a
guy's,
lot
like,
of
tapping the
messaging and
AR too, it's
broadcasting
strong.
about them, so
It's
you
the
know
play,
when
so you don't
they're
get that bloom.
Now your Spartan AI will tell you that, right?
Yeah, the Spartan
Rifleman,
AI calls it out.
new
as well.
metal.
So there's a lot of information just kind of driving
Oh,
feedback.
that ADS kind of.
This sidekick looks like it's just gonna be a shield popper, which is basically all it's
You can
probably
see,
meant
like,
to be,
he'll- like, there's the weapon
Yeah,
pack,
Oh,
rad
finisher
that you
up.
see in the levels as well. He ran
or like a one tap.
This
to the
radar
head.
looks good, man. Ooh.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
back
it's in
there
the background, right?
Yep.
What's cool about them is
8
like
kill
before you
assist
might
deaths
run past
in the damn game, not
rad
just
weapon
kills, so
spawn
like Halo
and
5
not
had.
realize that
You
it's
love
coming
to
up
see
in
that.
2 seconds and it
You
could
actually see your
change choice
KAD.
and, like, how you deal with it. Like when we
Instead of
played
just
this
kills, and
morning, I
then
actually stopped
after the
at
game,
1
you can find out how many
point
times you
and
died.
whacked because I was like, oh, it's like 2
I
I don't know
seconds.
why
So
they
I
did
just
that
wait
for so
it
long.
and switch out my pistol.
Cause toxicity.
I think I'm just telling
We didn't want
everybody
people to
I'm
be
really
angry
bad
about
at
how
football
bad they're
guns
doing.
in our
Well,
game.
that's the point. You need to learn how bad you're doing so you can pick it up. They need to turn this gameplay up. Watch my back.
I love the way this fucking psychic sounds.
Oh
Right.
my
Pat,
god.
pat, 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 pat.
Da, 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 da.
I do love the sidekick.
And that low
Yeah,
shield
it's
looks
really
so
cool,
good
and,
on the
like, when
armor.
Somebody's really good with it. It's really threatening.
Dude, with the
because they can
slide,
do everything super
game looks so
fast.
good, man.
And he just drop shields
this,
right
this
there.
player really likes
Ship
this
it.
little like drop wall kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
covering
can
up
you
the-
just
yeah.
send it? Tonight,
Like,
send it.
unlocking
I want to
down
play
an easy
this.
way, so
Let me in.
The heat wave can widen your up between horizontal
It's neat to
and
watch how people
it
use
says
it.
hard
Dynamite
light.
weapon
So
different
yo,
different ways.
Destiny?
Well, hopefully a lot of
Yeah,
players
right.
this weekend
What
are
do
going
you
to
think,
be
Frank?
lighting this up on social, sharing clips with us because I can't wait to see just some of the new creative ways that the community at large figures out how to use this new sandbox.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Perfect!
no, never- perfect. There it
Our
is.
main builds is they have different equipment. and
Flip
stuff
it.
like that,
Well,
because
that
we
was
don't have
nuts.
the entire
What the-
sandbox in the flight.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
he
don't know,
that
we were trying
strafe,
earlier,
like God. He's like, da, 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 da,
Can't
da.
wait to see the
placement
montage
after
edits
we
from this
have
It's
game.
gotta be Unishek play.
Earned an overkill. That's
just at least
sick.
gives
It
us
shows like
something we
what
can
multi-kill
Yeah.
someone's
for
on
people
in the
to play
feed.
with.
Like,
Hell
yo,
yeah.
I heard over.
That's good because that's like if you're popping off and your teammate's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
he got a
getting
kill you
close to
now?
me, the
All right,
music's starting to kick up.
stealing the
I'm starting
kill.
to find the end of
He ain't
the
getting a
game.
double kill.
Yo, he's on an over.
But I think
Hi.
it's after
I'm
you know it's
really
done.
proud of the multiplayer
Yeah,
music.
probably.
There's a cool story about how we got to basically getting the music in the
flickered.
game. But it really meets this tone. It's something
That
I really
needler,
wanted
them
from Halo 4.
crystals, man, they
This
look
post-rock soundtrack to the multiplayer.
Sharp.
Well,
If
You're
you
scorched
smack with
it.
it.
Yeah.
Look,
Like, give me an assassination with the needler, where you just smack it and the donkey punch somebody with the needles. It'd be fucking awesome.
last
I
kill.
like that they're away from like the
God.
yellow like lightning shields popped. I
Yeah.
mean, it's still there if you actually like.
Dude, that
pop 'em,
trail
but-
on the grenades of
those
the
grenades look
yeah.
nuts.
It looks like the fire grenades from. Every time I see him
From
throw them, that's what I
H3,
think of. Yeah, H3 ODST as well. Which is something kind of weird. You ever notice that they have that in the UI for Halo 3, but
It's got some
it's
drama.
not in
Yeah,
Halo
there
3 at
we
all.
go,
Right?
There we go.
It's only
But-
in ODST.
Yeah, that was actually me.
But-
Oh,
That's my-
nicely
The
done.
fire grenades?
Nicely done.
They're only in
Hey,
ODST,
so
but
I'm
they're
happy that
in
we
the
were able to
UI
show that
for
today. Not only kind of our first
Halo
time
3.
showing the game on
Anyway.
Xbox Series X, but we know the community's just show us a full match end to end. So happy we're able to do
let us
that.
play
You'll
a
be able
match.
to
That
see
was
more
quick.
of that,
Was
obviously,
that
firsthand
it?
This weekend.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
think
featured
safe to
like
say, once we
17
get
or
a little
something.
further
Yo,
down and
show
we're
us
ready
the
to
play of the
talk
game.
more
I know it's in
about
there.
Some of the ranked settings. We know people are probably eager to see. I would love to see a true 4v4 pro team match.
That
So
would be brutal.
we'll bring
Oh
that
my
later.
God, yeah.
Tom, any kind of final words or parting thoughts you'd like to share before
Perfect.
we wrap this up?
Perfect. Perfect.
mainly I'm just really
Perfect.
excited
That's
to
the pro
finally
team man.
Put this game in people's hands, and even though it's just a tech,
They
preview,
better have
you get to at least
Forge.
touch the game. You
It's
get
already
to run
confirmed.
around, you get to experiment with the sandbox. You get to help us, be part of our team in a way, and then just help us kind of keep building towards the next flights as we get to launch.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're super excited. I'll be playing all weekend as well. We'll be online playing, watching.
Give me your spot.
Just wanted to go through a couple big things right after this.
Oh,
blog.
y'all got
If
invites?
you want to
Cool.
head to HaloWaypoint.com,
Wow,
we
not
have
rigged
an
at all.
updated blog
Right.
that'll go out
Sketch.
that'll kind of
Man, I never
recap
really get invited
the
to these
official play
flights.
times that we recommend
I got
for
invited.
the flight experience.
Thanks for inviting all the
people
content
involved.
creators who
You
don't
can take a
even
closer
care
look at
about
some of our
Halo.
known
Appreciate
issues
you.
and just kind of
Wow,
get a better
like the
sense
Batman
of what
gaming.
you can expect this
Imagine.
weekend.
Golden Ninja Gym.
Also,
I
I
was
just wanted to
thinking, like,
mention that we're
Hova.
also going to be flighting
Who?
our
Like,
next
Hova.
version of
Courage.
Halo Waypoint.
Legion
Both
likes Halo.
app and web.
Oh,
We
Courage.
call it
That's the guy that
Waypoint next
complained
year
about
internally.
BR.
It's
That
Firefox.
actually
Talking about the new
included this tech
Waypoint.
preview.
Jericho.
Really cool work happening there to help
don't
really extend my in-game experience out beyond the game to web and app. You can sort of experiment with your customization challenges. That functionality will be working during the flight. Encourage folks to check that out as well.
It's gonna work during the
And
flight.
as a reminder, if you want to be
Watched
a
my
part
video,
of this
you
and
would've
an
known.
opportunity to
God
play
damn it.
future tech previews and flights of
You
the
made
When
videos?
I
head to
when I
HaloInsider.com.
covered the flight,
Sign
they already
up. Please
confirmed
make sure your
the
profile is complete. That includes
would be
we
live
need
with
you
it.
to verify your email, and
Just
we
the
need to
app?
make sure you pick which
Like
the
on
app
the
and
phone or
and
like-
the
one or
and
both,
the
and
yeah
it's PC.
the
You can also
companion
load
app.
up with a
Yes,
DX
correct.
to ag file. All the information
So-
you need and all
That's
the
why I
steps
keep
you
asking
have
about
to
the
go
app.
to HaloInsider.com.
No, it's a completely
Next
new one.
time
I'm
we're gonna go
almost
bigger, we
positive
need
because
even
it's
more
called
people.
something
We
else
gotta
called
go larger
Waypoint V
scale
next.
because we still have a couple steps to go between now and launch this holiday.
Unless they,
And
I'm
lastly,
pretty sure it's
just
gonna be a
want to say
completely
thank
new
you to
one.
everyone. Clearly, the community, we really appreciate your feedback, your passion through the years. We know you've been eagerly awaiting this
It's
moment as much as we
happening.
have. The Insider Group in particular, huge part of our MCC project to bring
Ubernick
that
has
game,
900
update
people
it,
watching
improve
right
it, bring it
now. Oh my
over
God.
to PC.
It's
That
insane.
wouldn't have happened without the Halo Insider feedback and flighting
I mean, this
program.
has
And we can't wait to
26,000 people
bring
watching.
That same passion
And
that
I got
same just
12.
devotion
Let's go.
and
Yeah, I
desire
got
to make
none
the best
'cause
game
my
possible
internet
to
hates me.
Infinite. So I want to thank you in advance for your time this weekend, being a part of this tech
Halo
preview.
Waypoint is, like, down,
And that's
down.
all we got. So share us your clips
Sick.
online. Head to Halo Waypoint for more information. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
No,
Also,
that's high.
W.
that was hot.
W.
Big dubs.
W.
Did the
W.
Not like
customization.
Austin, though.
All right, guys.
All right, boom.
We are gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. I'll see you everybody at 2 a.m. for the stream on Twitch. Probably MCC.
2
Unfortunately.
a.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
my stream's at 2 a.m. my
this
time.
thing, this thing is gonna be live tonight.
Yeah,
I'm-
and if it's
this
live
was-
tonight, we'll be in there. W.
W.
W. W. W. So,
E.
I'll see y'all later tonight on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch and you're watching on YouTube, twitch.tv/the
What are you
Patman Gaming. Yeah, but if you're not following me on there, what are you doing? And I'll be live tonight with some Halo. So
And
thank you
after
guys
this,
for
that
watching.
Halo Outreach podcast goes like.
No. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you later.